superpower was already inside you. The Great Book of Melanin Research reveals 130 years of scientific studies conducted by governments around the world on you. This isn't fiction. It's real research on melanin uncovering its superconductive, photoconductive, cell-protective, and DNA shielding abilities. Yeah, they've known for over a century. Why don't you? Order now and get the exclusive Police Stop Law Package free. That's the Know Your Rights Manual, Constitutional Rights Card, Qualified Immunity Notice and Card, Police Stop Flashcards Volume 1 and 2, the Public Official Bonds Book. Learn how to hold them personally accountable. This is power in your hands, biological and legal. They studied you. Now you study them. Click the link. Get the truth. Get protected. The Great Book of Melanin Research. It's time you knew what they know.
Let me see your ID, asshole.
What crime do you suspect me of committing? Or about to commit, officer?
Listen here, buddy. When an officer asks you for your ID, you don't ask questions, you answer. When I say jump, you say how high. Do you understand? Now give me your ID.
Well, seeing as this is not a stop and identify state, officer, you need to suspect me of having committed, about to commit, or in the midst of committing a crime for you to ask for my ID. Otherwise, you can kick rocks, officer.
You know, I think the scary bald black guy who knows his rights might be right. Maybe we shouldn't fuck with him.
What do you mean, don't fuck with him? This is what we do. This is how we roll, babe. I said give me your ID now, or you're going to jail, buddy.
Oh yeah? Well, what's your name, badge, and surety bond or insurance number, officer? You know by law you're required to give it to me when I ask. So don't try to deny.
Wait a minute. What did he just say?
I don't know, I really couldn't hear him. What'd you say, sir?
You heard what I said, officer. What is your name, badge, and surety bond or insurance number? You know every officer is required to have one, just in case you violate my constitutional rights. So like I said, what is it?
You know, I think I heard the chief calling us back at the station. Coming, chief! You're damn lucky, buddy. We're out of here.
Wait, where you going, officer? Where you going? I thought we had a thing going. Remember? Name, badge, surety bond number. You were about to give it to me. Come on back, officer. Where you going? Officer! Officer!
Phew, that was close. I told you not to fuck with that guy.
What? Me? You know, you're the asshole.
What up, people? What's cracking? How you liking the videos? What's up? Doing it a new way, baby. Bringing it a new way. What's happening, y'all? What is popping on this hot-ass Saturn's Day? Don't know how long I'll be doing this. Don't know how long my equipment is going to hold up in this hot-ass sun. Hot as hell today. We're going to see what's up. If you guys can hear me, let me know. If you can hear me okay in the chat. But what up, Jason Rivers, Lester Ingram, True Knowledge, Dee, Travis Bailey, Summer Breeze. What's that? Wonderful Storm. Man, Sabinum. I guess that's Sabinum. Let me see. Brian Bennett. Bring y'all in here. Travis Fuller. Dwayne Hicks, Immortal 9. T-Bay Rock. Iron Diet. That's a hell of a name. Iron Diet. Really? That's funny. Wait, where'd you go? Iron Diet. Broderick Enoch. What up, King Lemuel Productions? Empress B. What is that? Mac Black. I think that's it. What up, Shoe Adro? Excuse me. Shoe Adro? Oh, Shay, excuse me. Shay Adro. My bad, y'all. Eyes ain't that great. Travis Fuller. What up, brother Mel? What up, Dre? Generic Godfrey. Empress Raguba. Hodges. What up, brother? Chaz McFly. Roderick Rose. Appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app today, brother. Appreciate you. Melanated Brown. Everybody coming in now. Queen T. I got you, Generic Godfrey. What up, everybody? What is going on, peoples? That's right. Smash the like button. Where is that? Somebody said smash the like button. Who was that? Damn right. Smash that like button and take your shoes off when you enter the dojo. You guys know how it goes when you enter the dojo. So yeah, if you guys can hear me again, let me know. And if you saw the videos, okay, let me know what's up. The videos come? Again, this is all brand new. This is what, my third one of these. So, hey, well, no, but we're going to get it going. We're going to get it working smoothly eventually. Appreciate you. Thank you. The shirt, baby. Yeah, baby. There you go. This is the FAFO. This is the Zodiac one. The Zodiac FAFO right here. Actually, let me see if I could boom, there it is. Right there for y'all. Bam. You can go. This is in the shop right now. Just so you know, you can go check this out in the shop. Off the chain. Off the chain. Here's a couple of ones. I tried to show these to you last week. The Boondocks ones. These are off the chain. I love these right here. These I love the Boondocks ones. If y'all know about Boondocks, then you know. And Huey and Riley didn't take no shit. Riley didn't take none of the man shit. And Huey didn't take none of the man shit, and Riley didn't take nobody shit. Except Huey's, which is funny. But these are my shirts. Oh, I got another one. Bam, right there. I like that one right there. You can see they got some of the faces in the background, the city in the background, Riley and Huey. This is also one of the ones I like. Oops, one of my favorite ones. Bam. That's the one. That's one of the ones I really like. Right there. There you go. He said Uncle Ruckus no relation. You all Naga. What you know about Uncle Ruckus, you Naga? You darkies. Look here, darky. We don't fuck with darkies because darkies you tend to leave your fingerprints on shit. That's my that's my Uncle Ruckus. When you do Uncle Ruckus, should mess up your throat. God damn. But love the Boondock. Excuse me. God damn. You know, made me mess up my voice for today. God damn. Hold up. Woo. There we go. God damn. God damn, Uncle Ruckus. I do Uncle Ruckus voice, but damn, that shit nigga throat was dry on that one. God damn. I got some water, King Lemuel. I'm good. Appreciate you, brother. I'm good. I got a new shirt for you guys. I got a new shirt. No one else has this shirt. No one. This is the very first time. You can be I don't even have it yet. When you see this shirt, when you see this design, you're going to shit your pants. I'm telling you right now. This design is off the chain. So, like I said, I just put these in the store today. So you can be the first ones to go and get it. I don't even have it yet. What am I talking about? What design is so off the chain that you are going to just go out and grab it right now? Let me show you. This is the series I call Rapstrology. This is called Rapstrology. This is volume 1. Bam! Look at that. Y'all see that? Tell me that's not off the chain. Stop playing. Don't play with me. It's completely my design, and it's not AI. This is an artist who did this. Me and an artist worked together on this. Took us a lot of time. And this is actual faces from, these are actual pictures from them in the 90s that was recreated. These are photos of these guys in the 90s. So we have Q-Tip at the Aries position. Ghostface Killer. Ghost. You see Ghost as the Taurus. Now struggle. No, so the Gemini, we got Tupac and Biggie because Gemini is the sign of the twin. That's the twins right there. So we had to get Tupac and Biggie because they're actually at the opposite ends of Gemini. One is at the beginning of Gemini, the other's at the end. So they're literally two sides of the same coin. Mel, don't make me kick your ass out of here, boy. Don't you ever boo Biggie and Tupac, boy. Then Guru, we got Guru right here. Shout out to Guru. Off the chain to Cancer. You can't see it, but he got the Gangstar. He has the Gangstar symbol on his hat. You'll be able to see it when you buy it. Then we got KRS-One for the Leos. Now, I struggled. These are all the cats I like. I'm going to do a series of this. This is just series 1. This is Rapstrology volume 1. I'm going to do a bunch of these. These are the cats who made the first volume, though. Series 1. So KRS-One, boom, with the BDP. You guys can't see that right now. Let me see if I can blow that up. Nope. It won't do it. Damn it. You can't, it won't blow it up. But you can see that's BDP on his beanie right here. He got the locks. This is Nas with the QB for Queensbridge on the top. This is from his first album right here with his logo name right here. Then we have Snoop Deal Double G for the Libras. Right there, the opposite of the Aries. Big Pun. We got Big Peasy, Big Pun for Scorpio. Right here. We got DMX. We had to put DMX on here. Now it's funny, real quick. Let me show you. So the Taurus, I struggled with Busta Rhymes and Ghost, but Ghost won out in the end. Ghost just Wu-Tang. That's my favorite group. Well, them and Tribe Called Quest are my favorite group. So I got the two cats from my favorite groups at 1 and 2. But then you see we got DMX. DMX, baby. Oh. Now it was over him. It was him and Most Def. But DMX won out in the end. Most Def, got you next time. Then you see the Capricorn, LL Cool J. Had to give it to LL. He was there from almost from the jump. LL back in the day. We got Rakim Allah. Shout out to Rakim as the Aquarius. Rakim Allah. And then we got the Queen Latifah to finish it off at Pisces. Bam. So this is called Rapstrology. Let me see if I can show you. Let me show you. Right here. So if we go to the merch shop. Where is it? So right here, you'll be able, it's in its own collection. Rapstrology, volume 1. Let me see if I can find the black shirt. So there it is, right? Boom. And you can see there's the Rapstrology logo right in the corner. So that's volume 1, Rapstrology volume 1. So You can be the first to have these. I don't have them yet. I just put them in the store a few hours ago. You can be the first to have these. No one has these yet. Again, this is what it looks like up close. Had to get Biggie with the crown. Had to get Biggie with the crown up in there, baby. You said, why no Too Short? He'll be on there. Again, this is volume 1. That's your favorite rapper. That ain't my favorite rapper. That ain't mine. Too Short. My favorite Taurus on here is Ghostface Killer. But Too Short will make one of the Zodiac shirts. It's going to be a series of these. So volume 2 is coming out next. You can send me suggestions actually on the quotes. I mean, in the comments in here for the next shirt. You can send me suggestions if you know the sign of your rapper. Your rap, and it got to be lyrical. This is called Rapstrology. It's not about hip hop. It's about rap. Who's the lyric? I need lyricists. I'm about lyrics. You know me, I'm conscious. So I'm about lyrics. So don't send me Too Short got lyrics. So I fuck with Too Short because he does have lyrics. So anybody with the lyrical gift, bam, I got you. So again, in the comments of this live stream right here, just go to this live stream, put your comments for who you believe should be on the next shirt. But right there, this is Rapstrology Volume 1. Go out and get yours today and floss it all summer long, baby. This is the release for the summer. Go get yours for the 4th. Go get yours for the 4th. You order it now, it might be there by the 4th. So go ahead and get it. So again, appreciate you guys for supporting. But again, if you saw the video, make sure you go out and get your great book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, because it's the hard copy, because that's where the deal comes on. And again, you get the bonus gift of the Police Stop Law Package, your Know Your Rights Manual, Public Official Bonds book, Constitutional Rights Card, Qualified Immunity Card and Notice, and bam. So again, if you missed it, it's
What
right.
if the real superpower was already inside you? The Great Book of Melanin Research reveals 130 years of scientific studies conducted by governments around the world on you. This isn't fiction. It's real research on melanin uncovering its superconductive, photoconductive, cell-protective, and DNA shielding abilities. Yeah, they've known for over a century. Why don't you? Order now and get the exclusive Police Stop Law Package free. That's the Know Your Rights Manual, Constitutional Rights Card, Qualified Immunity Notice and Card, Police Stop Flashcards Volume 1 and 2, the Public Official Bonds Book. Learn how to hold them personally accountable. This is power in your hands, biological and legal. They studied you. Now you study them. Click the link. Get the truth. Get protected. The Great Book of Melanin Research. It's time you knew what they know.
Yeah. Go out and get yours today. Get it today. Goddamn it. Realnagas.com. Again, order the hard copy and you get the whole Police Stop Law Package for free. So for the 4th of July, because I won't be here next week, because I'll be on vacation, I will give you the whole 5 decks of flashcards. So you get Police Stop flashcards 1 and 2, and then you get the Law and Government flashcards 1 and 2, and then the Police Stop Supreme Court decision. So for the 4th, for this whole next week, I'm going to give you the 5-card deal because again, I'm out of town. So go ahead and get your deal hooked up. All right. Oh, I also have these. I also have the Zodiac ones I have it in white. Boom, right there. Oh, let me turn this off. Turn the banner off so you can see it. So I have it also in white. Right there. Okay, so you can go to the store and get them in white. Then I also have it in black. I don't have the version in black because you can't see the letters if I was to put it up here, but it's also in black. So again, we got the gold and then the white and then black. So make sure you go hook it up. He says Beyond the Matrix, a definitive list benefiting of a true hip hop head that knows his culture. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you, Jan Win. Excuse me, Jan Win. I'm sorry. I thought that was, I didn't read the name. My bad. I'm sorry, Jan. But I appreciate you, Jan Win. Let's see. It says my top 5 are Dylan. What? Dylon. Oh, y'all clouded now. Dylon. He said my favorite is Dylon. Oh, you funny as hell with that one. Making the band. Dylon. Have Dylon go get you some cheesecake. That was the most messed up episode ever. And I heard like they went to go get some cheesecake for somebody who was supposed to be up in the room named B. I don't know. I heard they went to go get some cheesecake for somebody named Beyonce. No. Just saying. That's all I heard. But appreciate you guys for supporting. Also, if you want to support and get excuse me, and sign up to learn your status, go to patreon.com/realnagas and sign up for the status classes. And at the highest level, once you learn the paperwork, if you sign up for the highest level, when you're able to learn the paperwork and explain it properly, I will give you the paperwork for free. Again, we are building this law army. It's going nicely. Won't you join us? Join us. Join me. And we will rule the world as YouTuber and follower. No, just kidding. But that's from Darth Vader from Star Wars, if you didn't know. But join me. And let's smash on these people with the law. Again, when you know the law, it is absolutely damn near impossible for them to win the game. When you understand how the game is put together and all the nooks and crannies of the game, how can they beat you? They cannot. They can only beat you when you don't have any idea of how the game is played. So join me. No, just kidding. Not kidding, but kidding. So you guys ready to get into it? There's a whole lot of stuff going on today. He says, wait, what'd you say? Between Diddy, Jim Jones, and what? Wait, what'd you say? 100% Rotten Podcast is between Diddy, Jim Jones, and Cap Joe. New York is looking crazy. Okay. Look, New York got some old school. New York is my people. I'm old school New York, 90s New York. Maybe some early 2000s. Maybe. But 90s, 80s. Okay, I'll give you 80s, late 80s, 90s, all through the 90s. I'm gonna go take East Coast hip hop. Not over West Coast hip hop. But I love what East Coast hip hop during the 90s, all the way to the 90s, and then some of the 2000s. That's when they started to go. They started to dive off the bridge. But that's when hip hop started to dive off the bridge. Oh, Corey, appreciate you, brother, for the Cash App. Everybody get that Cash App. Appreciate you. You see it at the bottom of the screen. Cash App, Real Nagas 9. Appreciate you. That's how you support. Tomorrow's my last day. So tomorrow's my 4th week on my cleanse, but I do it for the whole month. So I still got till Tuesday. So after Tuesday, back to shawarma, baby. Back to my chicken shawarma. But I appreciate you guys for supporting on the supporting my cleanse on the vegetable shawarma, mushroom shawarma. It's not as good. It's not as good. Just gonna say it's not. But you gotta cleanse, man. If you mess up, you gotta cleanse. So that's what I'm doing right now. He says you was born in Manhattan in the 60s. What'd you say? Beyond the Matrix. I was born in Manhattan in 1968, raised in BX in the 70s and 80s. All right, that's what's up. You a Generation Xer? That's what's up. You same age as my brother. Wait, what'd you say? Rakim, Coogee gonna make, Coogee gonna make the guy. Come on, man. What would I look like not putting Coogee rap on one of these? But right now, the ones on there, I got Guru on there. We got Nas, got Cool J, got Rakim. Only one I don't have that you like on here is only one I don't have that you like is Cool G Rap. But Cool G is going on there. I promise. Cool G Rap definitely is going. What would I look like not putting Cool G Rap on one of these shirts? Come on now. You know I got to do that. So, bam, make sure you support. Again, that's realnagas.com for the clothes, for the gear. This is the merch. Make sure you go to realnagas.com, click, get the merch. All right, you guys, you ready to get into it? You guys ready to get into it? Oh, wait, where's my... It's a whole lot of shit that went on this week. Let's see if we can get through all of it. So let me see. I have to sharing my screen. Hold on. Can you guys see that? You can't see it. Hold on. I gotta remove. All right, there we go. All right. So this week, there's a whole lot of crap going on. And man, we had a crazy ass 2 weeks. So you know the Israel started to bomb, or New Kazarian started to bomb Iran on Friday the 13th. Then the next week, the whole week went through. Then Trump bombed them, Iran, last Friday. So it took a whole week. Then now we in a whole new place this week. So let's see where we are this week. So Trump bombed 3, and we hadn't talked about the bombing yet. So Trump bombed, he dropped 3 bombs on Iran's nuclear sites, or he bombed 3 of Iran's nuclear sites. They say he actually dropped 13 of the bombs. He dropped 13 bombs. 13 bombs. And so then he came out, we obliterated the site. There's no more. We obliterated the site. Like, how do you know? You bombed at night. How the hell do you know what you took out when you just flew over somewhere and dropped some bombs and took off? How the hell you know? I just want to know. How you know? How you know that? And so Trump comes out, you know, he has to be the big alpha. And in order for you to be the alpha, excuse me, got to take off this banner. But in order for you to be the alpha, you know, you gotta floss a little bit. You gotta flex a little something. So he had to come out. Yeah, we obliterated the site. Well, how do you know? Because we have the greatest army in American history. We have the greatest military. We have the greatest equipment. There's nothing like it. Nothing like it in the world. But how do you know? There's nothing like our military in the world. Like, God damn it, motherfucker. We're not questioning the military, nigga. We're saying, how does the military know it completed its mission in the middle of the night when it only flew over? Don't ask me all these questions. We're the greatest military. He was obliterated. So, all right, Mr. Trump. So he started to try to turn the tables. Are you questioning our soldiers? The might and training of our soldiers, that we have the best army, we have the best military in history, that we have the most capable soldiers ever? Are you questioning our soldiers? That's what he told. We're not questioning the soldiers. That's ridiculous. So they had to go back on. They had to start backpedaling and shit. CNN started moonwalking. We're not questioning the soldiers. We love our soldiers. Let me be clear. CNN loves the soldiers. We're not questioning the soldiers. This shit was funny as shit. Trump flipped the table on these bitches. So Trump was warning each one. He warned them that the shit was coming for like 2 weeks. He said, we're gonna bomb in 2 weeks. Then nigga bombed in like 3 days. So if you know Trump, you knew when the nigga said 2 weeks, you only had a couple of days, because the nigga lie his ass off every fucking chance he get. So Iran, though, they already knew this shit was gonna pop off. New Kazarian had bombed those sites months ago. I think even over a year ago. So they had moved a lot of the stuff out of there. Then on satellite, there was like 13 trucks prior to the bombing. There was 13 trucks seen moving up to the entrance of the nuclear site. What were those trucks doing there? 13 trucks. Could they have been taking out all the material that was in the lab? Nah. Nah, not at all. Could they have been strengthening the entrance and the caves of those laboratories with extra super thick concrete because they knew your dumb ass was gonna drop a bunker bomb because you kept talking about it for the whole goddamn time? Huh? Could that be it, dumbass? Well, no, we obliterated the site. We obliterated it. These niggas is funny as hell. He said, that's WD. So, wait, what'd you say? Hold on. Wait a minute. No. Wait, where'd that go? Where'd that comment go? Man, y'all comments. Oh, there it is. It says Russia, India, China. Yep. No slouches. Russia, India, and China are on the come up. And Trump and Trump ass is acting like America was America from the 50s. Like, nigga, this ain't the same America, nigga, that you grew up in. This is a different America. The world is stronger. America was great because the other part of the world was weaker. But when the other part of the world is stronger, then you need to get stronger. But America has been getting weaker while the other parts of the world has been getting stronger. You haven't been doing the Rocky? Getting stronger. Getting stronger. We ain't been doing that in America. We ain't been doing the Rocky. Not doing that at all. So other countries have been gaining. So he warned them. They strengthened they took the goddamn material out, strengthened the damn entrances. And after Trump came out and said that he obliterated, Iran was like, nah, we good. It was like, we good, my nigga. They actually had TV reporters who was in the city, the neighboring city, I think called Qom, like Q is like QOM, Qom or something like that. I forgot. I don't know how you pronounce it, but they were in the neighboring city and they showed that nobody was tripping. Everybody was going to the mosque and everybody was on the freeway and everybody was chilling. They were like, these niggas ain't doing nothing over here. So, this is all theater, y'all. Why is it theater? Because I showed you last week that Trump is a Khazarian agent from 2016, but he's in a bind right now. Because if you know anything about alphas don't like being beholden to nobody, right? So even though he's beholden to Netanyahu, bitch, he don't want to be. So he's trying to figure out a way to wiggle out of that shit. But because he's a transactional person, he completes his deals. If he does a deal with you, he completes the deal. That's his saving grace. Like if you do a deal, even though he may be a liar about other shit, but I don't think he lies about deals. If you do a deal with him, he completes that deal. And that's what all the people who goes into business with him say. Like if you do a deal with you, he gonna follow through on the deal. So he has to follow through with Netanyahu, bitch, right? For getting him elected in the first and probably the second election. So how does he do that without like just actually ball gargling Netanyahu, but make it look like he's ball gargling? How does he do that? So what happens is they come up with this plan, Netanyahu, bitch, and him supposedly come up with this plan that they're gonna make Iran think that they're trying to work for a peace deal. So they're working on the peace deal. Trump says, I give you 60 days for us to come up with a deal. So during the last few days of the deal, they started to rework some more stipulations of the deal. So then towards the last end of the days, though, it looked like they was going to come to a deal. So they put like a red herring in the shit to make sure that Iran didn't to make sure Iran didn't accept the deal. What was the red herring? No nuclear enrichment. Like, what do you mean no nuclear enrichment? We have the right to enrich some nuclear shit, some uranium, so that we can have civilian power. That's really what they want, right? So Netanyahu bitch don't want any of that shit because Iran having any type of nuclear power is a threat to them, right? So they don't want Netanyahu, they didn't want Iran having no nuclear power. So Netanyahu bitch comes in there and says, all right, look, just tell them that you'll give them a deal if they say no nuclear enrichment, knowing that they weren't going to accept that shit. So in the last few days of the deal, it went over that 60 days, but they were working on that no nuclear enrichment shit. Because Iran really wanted to do a deal. Iran don't want no nuclear bomb. That's against their whole philosophy and shit. Like I said, there's a fatwa against the shit. Like, they don't want no damn nuclear bomb. They don't believe in it. They think it's immoral. So, I mean, they'll blow your ass up if you fucking with them, but they don't believe in blowing up hundreds of thousands of people. Only America believes in that shit. They're the only people who's exploded a nuclear bomb on anybody. That's been America. But they talking about if Iran gets a goddamn nuclear bomb, it's against the world. The world is gonna be in danger. Wait a minute. Who's the only motherfucker that ever dropped the bomb on a nuclear bomb on people? That would be America twice. So all this bullshit about Iran is the most dangerous motherfuckers in the universe. That's bullshit. America's the only people who's ever dropped a bomb, nuclear bomb on people. So again, so Trump is crip walking on the tightrope right now. he's sea walking on the tightrope trying to figure out, how do I complete this deal without bringing America to war? Because that's what Netanyahu bitch really wants. So on day 61, Trump and them still trying to work out the deal, right? They trying to work out a deal with Iran. But Netanyahu bitch goes and strikes Iran, knowing that, or thinking that's going to provoke America into a war. And then if he did it on day 61, then he did it when Trump, he waited a day till, a day after Trump gave him for the deal, right? But Trump, first of all, Trump can't tell anybody what the fuck to do. You don't run their country. So, but Netanyahu bitch, again, now he's starting wars also because if they work out a deal, if they work out a peace deal, then he's going to get out of office. He's getting out of office soon. Then they're going to start prosecuting that nigga. They're going to start an investigation on October 7th. So he got to do whatever the fuck he need to do to stay in office. So let me start another war. This nigga has bombed Iran. He's bombed Syria. He's bombed Lebanon. He's bombed Palestine. This motherfucker crazy. And he keep talking about the biggest terrorist in the world is Iran. Like, nigga, you the only person bombing everybody in the Middle East, bitch. You, Netanyahu, bitch. So he says, but sheep fall for the propaganda. Yes, they do, WD. They do fall for the propaganda, but at some point in time, you got to wake your ass up. At some point in time, you got to wake your ass up. You got to wake your ass up beyond the matrix. So, like I said, so Trump don't want to, so he's trying to adhere to his no war MAGA people, and he got to fix the deal or finish the deal with Netanyahu bitch, right? So he, again, walking on a tightrope. How do I do this? So he goes, all right, look, and he doesn't want to bomb nuclear sites because if that's against the nuclear proliferation treaty. You can't bomb nuclear sites because you could fucking release nuclear material and fuck up the whole goddamn country, the world, if not, maybe even. So they're like, you ain't supposed to do that shit. So what I think Trump didn't know Netanyahu bitch was going to strike Iran. But when it came out, he had to act like he knew, because if it looked like Netanyahu bitch just acted behind his back, it makes him look weak. So Trump can't end up looking weak, right? So he's like, yeah, I knew about this shit. We've been working on this shit for fucking 2 weeks, nigga. Goddamn, that nigga, I talked to that nigga last night. I was like, yeah, nigga, can you take him out? You go. So he was making up a whole bunch of shit, right? Me and this nigga was working on this shit for 3 weeks. Goddamn, nigga. But the actual plan was a Biden administration plan. So it wasn't Trump's. He was talking about wasn't Trump. They came up with this plan during the Biden administration. Trump just carried out the plan. They literally came up with the whole bombing, everything, right? So what Trump did was like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to bomb and try not to destroy shit. This is what I think. He's like, look, we're going to try to bomb and complete the least amount of damage possible so that we can tell New Khazaria, we bombed. We did. Hey, Netanyahu, bitch, I did what you said, nigga. That's all you said I had to do. You didn't say how I had to bomb these niggas. All you said I had to do was bomb them, right? All right, so they bombed. So then he also knew that if he does this, because Netanyahu bitch kept coming out saying, you know, they can't have a nuke. Iran can't have a nuke. We only are worried about their nuclear program. So if that's all you really worried about, if Trump comes out, he's all right, if I come out and bomb the nuclear site and take that out and then say I'm out. Like, fuck it, we out, y'all. I bombed the nuclear site. Like you said, not Netanyahu bitch. If he keeps going, that makes Netanyahu bitch look like a punk ass bitch, which it did. Now all the fucking heat is on Netanyahu bitch. Now all the shit is getting turned on him. Everybody in the world like, fuck that nigga. Netanyahu bitch is crazy. So it's really that's really what's happening. Then he came out and because after so they called for a ceasefire, right? Not Iran. Netanyahu bitch called for a ceasefire because Israel is getting murdered. They're not showing nothing, but if you go to Real World News on Telegram, you can see all the destruction. This shit is crazy. I mean, God, even Trump mentioned it the other day. He was like, Israel is really getting hammered. He said, oh, those ballistic missiles they really did some damage. He's like, man, whoo. So even Trump had to be like, God damn, we didn't even know Iran had it like that. So he comes out though after Iran, I mean, New Khazaria, they asked for a ceasefire. After New Khazaria asked for a ceasefire, he comes out, or Netanyahu bitch goes and strikes him again. He did another strike. So that's when Trump was pissed. That's when he cursed. He said that's the first president to ever use an F-bomb in public. He said, yeah. He said they supposed to come to a damn deal. Then, then he says, do you think Iran is going to, some reporter asked him, do you think Iran is going to adhere to the deal? He's like, yeah. He said, but yo, Felipe Miranda, appreciate you. Thank you for the Cash App. Also, Leah, thank you for the turkey burger. Turkey burger. It's all in 3 days, Leah. 3 more days, Leah. Appreciate you, girl. But so he said, do you think Iran will adhere to the peace, to the ceasefire? And he said, yeah, I think they will. He says, but they broke it too. Israel's the one who broke it. He said, because they said that Iran shot a missile that didn't go anywhere. So they said, oh, they shot a missile at us. We have to continue the ceasefire. We have to continue to shoot them. And he said, so Israel is the one who broke the ceasefire. He said, you know what? He said, what we have right now is just 2 countries who don't know what the fuck they're doing. They've been fighting for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And then he walked off. You can tell that was real Trump. He was pissed. He was pissed at Netanyahu bitch right then, right? So he had to go. He started seeing himself all over the news talking crazy to Netanyahu bitch. So he had to go pull it back and say, yeah, me and Netanyahu are friends and blah, 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 right? So again, he has to walk on this tightrope. But now it makes Netanyahu bitch look bad if he doesn't follow through with the ceasefire. But Iran is like, we don't really want no fucking ceasefire because all y'all gonna do is try to reload your damn missiles, nigga. That's why you want a ceasefire. So fuck that. So Iran is like, we're going to keep bombing your ass, bitch. And so that's what's going on right now because they know New Khazaria only wants a ceasefire so they can get some more of them damn Iron Dome missiles because they running out. They only got I think they said if they didn't call for this ceasefire, they only had 5 more days worth of missiles left. And Iran would have blew New Khazaria off the map. So they had to do this shit. So, but like I said, Trump is like, yo, we did the bombing. So this is why he came out and said that he obliterated the site. And Iran is stupid on this part, right? So after he does the bombing, like I said, he's like, we're out. Fuck that. Netanyahu bitch. We out the game. I did what you told me to do. We out this motherfucker. And then Netanyahu bitch is like, nah, nigga, nigga. Nah, my nigga. They basically, you know, they got his nuts in a goddamn fish tank full of piranha. So they like, nigga, we got your nuts in this fish tank with the piranha, nigga. Don't make us don't make us lower your balls, Trump. So they like Trump is like, nigga, goddamn. Basically, they done cloned this nigga's balls. they got a replica of this nigga's balls sticking pins. We have your balls, Mr. Trump. We have cloned your balls. Do what we say, Mr. Trump, or we will stick a pin right in your ball. We don't have voodoo dolls. We have voodoo balls. You better do as we say, Mr. Trump. Your voodoo balls will be going into Trump. Like, nigga, no. They got his voodoo balls. Getting ready to poke him every time he step out of line. So that's why he got to do what the fuck he doing right now. So it looked like he really ball gargling Netanyahu bitch, but he not. He really trying to break away from that nigga, but he can't because Netanyahu bitch cloned his balls. and he got him in his inside pocket. Nigga tap his pocket. Every time Trump get out of hand, hey, Trump, Mr. Trump. Netanyahu is the greatest prime minister that's ever existed. Netanyahu is the greatest person in the world. Netanyahu, you know, he's the greatest. That's what I thought, Mr. Trump. Yes. Say it again. Say it again. Netanyahu is the greatest president of all time. They own this nigga. They're like, motherfucker, you better say something about smush these motherfucking balls in my pocket. So that's why Trump looking like that's why he's looking like a bitch right now. But we'll see how it works. So again, but this is why Iran is stupid. Because so Trump comes out and says, I obliterated the site. He did that because if you understand, like, he's trying to tell Iran, like, look, Iran, if they're smart, they would have gone along and said, yeah, they tore the whole fucking site up. Yep. They blew the shit up. We ain't got no more site. If they were smart, they would have acted like, yeah, Trump destroyed the whole nuclear plan. Because then that would have literally eliminated Netanyahu because he's been using this nuclear shit as a political football for the last 30 years. So if Iran comes out and says, yeah, America destroyed our nuclear plan, then that takes away Netanyahu's political football. But dumbass Iran, these motherfuckers, we are Iran. We are the proud people. We have been here 1,000 years. You cannot defeat Iran. We will be here. We will defeat America, the devil of America. America will never defeat us. Well, nigga, if you don't shut your nigga, Trump is over there like, what the fuck? Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the nigga, say yeah. He's like, nigga, say yeah, bitch. So Iran, proud ass Iran, we will never be defeated. We will never be defeated by you, Trump. Mr. Trump, you never said. But Trump's dumbass, he could have just came, because he came out and he said, after Iran struck back, because they both know they didn't want war. So after Iran struck back, Trump comes out, they did a very weak response. It was a very weak response because, you know, Iran shot missiles at their base in Qatar. So, but Iran warned them it was coming. They told them where the bombs was going. They used old ass 1980s bombs. So that means they wasn't trying to start no shit at all. Right? So Trump took the off ramp. He was like, cool. We shot at you. You shot at us. Everything's over. Right? But then he couldn't hold his tongue and he goes, yeah, it was a very weak response. Very weak response by Iran. Like, nigga, just shut up. Just say, nigga, they shot at us. We shot at them. That's it. But no, this bitch ass nigga, it was a very weak response. He always got to try to fucking up somebody. So then Iran comes back and says, no, nigga, we, you know, And then after he said that, he said it was a weak response for us destroying their whole nuclear program. So Iran just could have took that and be like, yeah, they did that. But no, Iran, we will never be defeated, Mr. Trump. So they come out, you didn't destroy anything. We have all of our uranium. We have all of our uranium. You've only set us back 3 months. We shall be I'm like, nigga, shut up. Shut your bitch ass up, motherfucker. What's wrong with you? So this has already been shown that they wanted war for the longest time with Iran. So check this out. Y'all got to see this. Hold on. You guys said you couldn't hear? Hold on. God damn it. Hold on. All right. All right, here we go. Y'all should be able to hear now. What? Still no audio? Hold on. Damn. The fuck? How are you not able to see that? Hold on. All right, let's see if this works.
He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. Right after 9/11, about 10 days after 9/11, I went through the Pentagon and I saw Secretary Rumsfeld and Deputy Secretary Wolfowitz. I went downstairs just to say hello to some of the people on the Joint Staff who used to work for me. And one of the generals called me in. He said, sir, you got to come in. You got to come in and talk to me a second. I said, well, you're too busy. He said, no. He says, we've made the decision. We're going to war with Iraq. This was on or about the 20th of September. I said, we're going to war with Iraq. Why? He said, I don't know. He said, I guess they don't know what else to do. So I said, well, did they find some information connecting Saddam to Al-Qaeda? He said, no. He says, there's nothing new that way. They just made the decision to go to war with Iraq. He said, I guess it's like we don't know what to do about terrorists, but we've got a good military and we can take down governments. And he said, I guess if the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem has to look like a nail. So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper. He said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense office today. And he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me.
So, see? Boom. There it is. Already. So that was back in the early 2000s. So that was from something called the Project for a New American Century from neocons. So that came, I remember back in the day, that was one of the first things that they put online back in the day. And it was right there for you to see. They had a whole website for you to read and everything. And the neocons, so that was about taking out those countries because they were all threats to New Khazaria. New Khazaria has this greater Israel plan. All right, they want to expand New Khazaria and then break up Iran into different states. They want to get Iran and break up into different states. So they want to break Iran up into different states. So they have to have regime change in order to do that, because they got, the Ayatollah and they're under religious rule, and they want them to be under secular rule, like under the Shah, which is basically monarchy. So they, it's not secular, it's monarchical, but the monarchy would be controlled by New Khazaria. So that's really what they're trying to get in there, try to take out Iran, implant their own person so they can basically divide the country up and rape the resources. And then New Khazaria will take over all that shit. So, Iran is winning right now, though, because everyone knows what's going on. They thought we was going to be able to attack Iran. This is New Khazaria and Trump, because of the propaganda that's been going on for the last 40 and 50 years in movies about, Muslims being terrorists. But who makes movies? Who is Hollywood run by? Who's been doing this? Been turning the Muslims and specifically Iran into the bad guy for the last 40 to 50 years? That would be New Khazaria. So they've been trying to do this since the beginning, because they know the only people who can really challenge them in that region is Iran. So this has been a major plan, and Iran is looking like the best people right now because they didn't strike back. That's the best thing that they could have did, was not strike America back, because they knew that's what New Khazaria wanted. They thought, all right, we're going to get America into this. America is going to hit Iran hard. Iran is going to be crazy as fuck and try to hit America back and try to shoot bombs at all those bases and kill up some Americans. And then that's going to piss off the Americans, and the Americans going to get in the war behind us and all of that's what they thought. None of that shit happened. So now what we got to watch out for? The false flag. That's what we got to watch out for, because Trump is like, nigga, we not going to war, bitch. Figure it out. Y'all fucking get some peace or something. Trump's like, nigga, that's it. We not doing nothing else. So that's probably why Tulsi Gabbard didn't come out and shit on him right away, because remember 2 months ago or 3 months ago, she said before Congress that Iran was nowhere near capable of making a bomb. It was like 2 or 3 years away. And even if they did make one, they still had, when they made one, they had no delivery system, but they didn't even have a desire to make one, she was talking about. So it was totally not on the books. So when Trump came out and was like, yo, they're getting close to making a bomb, he's like, well, where you getting this? Where are you getting this information from? He was getting it from New Khazaria. Right. So he had to take that information and move with the plan, because again, they have voodoo balls. They have Trump's voodoo balls in a goddamn case. They stick this motherfuckers every time they want. So Trump had to do that shit, but he probably told Tulsi, yo, we not really going to war. I'm just gonna drop these bombs, blow up this nuclear site, and we out. No war, no nothing. I promise you we're not going to war. So Tulsi, she came out after and supported him and said, yeah, there was some new information that said they could have some nuclear blah, 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 right? So she came out and basically went against her own shit. But I think she did that because Trump basically told her, look, we ain't going to war. I'm just doing this because got to do this shit right now for Netanyahu, bitch, but we really not going to war. So, you know what I'm saying? He says, what'd you say? He says, New Khazaria is going to strike us here at home and the U.S. had better be protecting her president. He could end up like Daddy Bush at dinner, or like they tried with the minister. Okay. They that shooting that Trump, when he got shot this year, that was New Kazarian. He didn't really get shot at. That's why the investigation is gone nowhere. Cash Patel and Dan Bongino, they were like, we looked at the files. There's nothing nefarious. Wait a minute. This little kid who didn't know shit about shooting a few months before, this nigga's all of a sudden he a marksman, able to hit a nigga like that in the ear. Well, not in the ear, but he tried. They say he was aiming for his head, but Trump moved his head slightly at the last minute. But he was able to do all this. No social media. All of his shit is wiped. Everything destroyed. All of that. What the fuck? All of his shit is destroyed. Not. Come on now. This is all bullshit. It was all a damn psyop or a false flag by New Khazarian so they could get him in. That was what they needed to get him in. And again, this was CNN's very first time filming one of Trump's his rallies live. CNN's very first time filming one of his rallies live. Why did they do that? Who's in control of the media at CNN? Is it New Khazarians? You don't know. Let me know. Is it New Khazarians in control of CNN? Might be. So they knew what was going on and they wanted to play up this goddamn thing. So again, man, this all looking like one giant psyop, but I don't think Trump is fully engaged in it though. He don't look like a believer. He look like they got my balls in a goddamn fish tank with piranha. They got it hanging over but he basically got the balls hanging over the fish tank, and they'll dip them motherfuckers in. Like, they dip them in every time he start tripping. They just dip the balls in the tank real quick. Real quick, just fast enough for the piranha don't get them. But they like, nigga, we can go slower, Mr. Trump. We can dip your balls very slowly in the tank. We don't have to go like this. Bloop. We can go like this. Very, very slowly, Mr. Trump. Very, very slowly. My hand can get a cramp. Oh, my hand. Oh, what's wrong with my hand? Oh, I dropped the balls, everyone. I dropped the balls in the tank. Oh, no. So that's what they say. Oh, don't let me get a cramp, Mr. Trump. You don't want me to get the cramp over the fish tank of piranha with your balls. Do you, Mr. Trump? Because I have a little arthritis, so I don't want to do this. But my arthritis may act up, so don't you act up. Right, nigga? Trump is like, motherfucker. So Trump over there working out. How the fuck do I get away from these bitch ass niggas? Fuck. All right, let me see. All right. I'll bomb motherfucking Iran, but I won't really bomb Iran. I won't really try to fuck up nothing, but I'll say I blew up everything. And then hope Iran catch on to this shit and say, yeah, he blew up everything. But then dumbass Iran, they come out like, no, we are Iran. We are the most powerful people in the history. We have the longest history of anybody ever in the history of like, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. And just take the goddamn W, fool. God damn it. That's what Trump said behind the goddamn. He's like, you dumbass motherfucker, shut up. Goddamn Iran, motherfucker. Shit, tell Allah to tell you to shut the fuck up. How about that? Tell Allah to shut the fuck up. So Trump over there, fucking, like I said, this nigga is crip walking on the tightrope. Who knows if he's gonna get across, but hey. Hilarious. So again, Iran, though, is only a threat to so Iran, they keep acting like Iran is a threat to the Middle East, but Iran is not a threat to the East. They're a threat to their own people, though, but only by the suppression of their ideals. That's and with the oppression with their religious bullshit. Religion is bullshit, but let me say this: religion is bullshit, but some people need it. So I don't, demonize the people for being in religion. I don't, villainize or people for being in it, but it is bullshit. So just saying. Moving along, ex-Israeli president Rivlin, what is his name? Rivlin. What is his name? Hold on. Reuven Rivlin. I think that's his name. So his name is Israeli President Reuven Rivlin. So let me share this with you guys, because let's see what the ex-Israeli president had to say real quick. All right, so this is the ex-Israeli president. His name is Rivlin. And this is what he said about Queen Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth believed that every Israeli was either a terrorist or a son of a terrorist. Queen Elizabeth. What? What? Okay, Queen Elizabeth. What the fuck? So it says former President Reuven Rivlin is quoted as saying that ties between Israel and the late Queen Elizabeth II were difficult because of her views on the Jewish state. The relationship between us and Queen Elizabeth was a little bit difficult because she believed that every one of us was either a terrorist or a son of a terrorist, Rivlin told gala event in London. She refused, she refused to accept any Israeli official. Whoa, she refused to accept any Israeli official into Buckingham Palace, apart from international occasions. He added, noting by way of comparison that King Charles III has always been friendly. Throughout her decades as the UK's head of state, Elizabeth cultivated amicable ties with Jewish communal figures, as well as cordial relations with Israeli leaders. Although she paid official visits to dozens of countries throughout her tenure, she never visited New Khazaria, Israel. She didn't bend the knee. Oh, shout out to Queen Elizabeth. She didn't make the trip to bend the knee and ball gargle. Queen Elizabeth was not a ball gargler. Shout out to Queen. She was not a ball gargler. Says, then Prince Charles came to Israel in 1995 and 2016 to attend the funerals of Yitzhak Rabin and Shimon Peres, though those were not official visits. So you see what the Queen thought of the New Khazarians. And that was because when New Khazaria was formulating themselves, they were doing they were bombing a bunch of places and blaming it on Palestinians. And the British knew it wasn't the Palestinians. And they was also bombing a bunch of British people shit, allegedly, to say that it was the Palestinians, so that the Britain would back them in their takeover of Palestine. So her intelligence was telling her that it wasn't the Palestinians doing it, it was the New Khazarians. So she said, them bitch ass niggas is terrorists. Queen Elizabeth. Holy shit. So he said, Elizabeth. He said, what'd you say? Elizabeth was hilarious. He said, Elizabeth. That's hilarious. He said, Elizabeth. Hold up. What'd you say? He says they killed Princess Diana because she married a Muslim, allegedly. No, it wasn't allegedly. That's real shit. That's real. Allegedly. It's real. Allegedly it's real. So no, they did that. She's yeah, they was German. Saxe-Coburg. Yeah, Saxe-Coburg. And the symbol for the Saxe-Coburg is a MOOR. Saxe-Coburg, the symbol for Saxe-Coburg is a MOOR. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Saxe-Coburg. Let me see if I can find. Hold on. Where is it? Saxe-Coburg. What is it? Heraldry. Hold on, y'all. Might have it. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let's see. Do they have it? Where's the MOOR? Where's the brother MOOR? They're showing a bunch of hold on. Oh, there it is. All right, here we go, y'all. Let me show you. Let me bring it to the stage. Oops. Bam. This is the Saxe-Coburg. This brother. Boom. That's the brother right there. That's the Coburg seal, heraldry, what it's called. So, bam. Again, you can only be royal if you have Moorish, ancestry. That's the only way they let you be. That's the only way you can be royal anyway. So, bam, you seen it. The Khazarians are with the bullshit. So then, you ever seen a movie called House of Rothschild? So again, go look up House of Rothschild. Now again, Queen of England, she was the person who owned damn near all the property in America, in the world, and she told you who the Khazarians were. So she knew what was up. She knew what was up. But go watch the House of Rothschild. It's on YouTube. The House of Rothschild is on YouTube. And man, hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can play a little something real quick. Let me see. Hold on. Let me stop the screen and see if I can because you got to see this. You got to see this scene. All right, watch this. If I can find it. All right, bam, here it is. Now, why I can't play it all, obviously, but I mean, it's old. It shouldn't have any copyrights. It's like 100 years old and shit, or 90 years old, so it shouldn't have any copyrights. But I'm gonna play a couple of pieces. So I'm going to start this from a part. So they're in the ghetto. This is, remember, the ghetto is where the Germans kept the Jews, right? In a certain part of the city, they kept them in a place called the ghetto. Then they would chain the ghetto up, and so they're about to show that right now. Watch this. All Jews must be inside the Jewish streets by sundown. That's the ghetto. So all you melanated people who embodied that term, the ghetto and all that, didn't come for you. Came from the Khazarians. See how they're chaining it up? You see how they're chaining up the ghetto?
Come on, thank you, Excellency. Always glad to serve. Come on, get it right. If it's a 6 yet, it's all get in.
Had to get in before time sundown. So there's Rothschild, Amschel Rothschild, the Mayor Amschel Rothschild Bauer, changer, Berlin. So he's a money changer, basically the precursor of a banker, the money changer. So you could leave your money with somebody, and then they would give you something else to exchange it with, or you could leave your money with somebody and then travel somewhere, and then they would have somebody else there re-give you. So if I'm in Germany and I want to travel somewhere, but I don't want to take my money, I leave my money with a money changer. Then somebody who's also affiliated with the money changer in the country I'm going to, they basically give the money that you given me in this country. That person will give you back the money, and then it's offset with loans. So this is what they would do. So this is Amschel Bauer.
Lucky up time. The money hasn't come yet.
It's a long road from Hamburg. It'll be here in the morning.
Yes, but if anything should happen, all that money, 10,000 gulden.
Eh? So much this journey?
7,000 in one lump from Prince Lowenstein's agent, and then all the small sums, 10,000 at least.
The roads are dangerous. Tomorrow morning it'll be here. We should be thankful, man. Business is good, eh?
Sorry.
Nearly 1,000 gulden since morning.
Now I'm about to skip to, because we can't play the whole thing, but I'm about to skip to a part where he thinks he's been cheated by one of the person who's entrusted to take to transport his money, right? So we're gonna go to that. We're gonna get to that part. Hold on. So right now he's tricking one of the soldiers of the German soldiers. They came to get more money, and he's tricking the soldier, basically cheating him, basically what they call shooing him down. Basically, that's what he's doing with the soldier, because the soldier wanted like $10,000 in order to keep his secret. He shooed him down into to 5,000. So so watch, here we go right here.
Mr. Rothschild, what's the matter? What's happened? The man who was bringing your money from Hamburg has been waylaid by the tax agents outside the city. What? They heard he was bringing the money to Jew Street. They might have killed him, but he got away. He got away with the money? No, they got it, Mr. Rothschild. They got the money. What? All of it? Yes, all of it. You hear that, you hear that, all of you? 10,000 gulden, our money that we work for. Why doesn't your Majesty strike them dead?
Oh, don't get excited. It's bad for you.
Listen, you are young. Your lives are before you. You got to fight. Fight for yourselves. Fight for our people. Mama, I have to cheat the tax collector before my own children. Do you think I want to do that? I live honestly. I trade honestly. I want to be honest with them, but they won't let us. We are Jews, taxed to death, forbidden to learn a trade, forbidden to own land. They keep us in chains. They send men here to rob us. So work and strive for money. Money is power. Money is the only weapon that the Jew has to defend himself with.
Woo! Did you hear that shit? Huh? That's 1934. Who you think this movie was made for? This movie wasn't made for nobody in America. Who you think saw this movie? 1934. This movie passed around between nothing but Khazarians. Let's see that again.
Rothschild, they got the money. What? All of it? Yes, all of it. You hear that, Gov't? You hear that, all of you? 10,000 gulden, our money that we work for. Why doesn't your Majesty strike them dead?
Oh, don't get excited. It's bad for you.
Listen, you are young. Your lives are before you. You got to fight. Fight for yourselves. Fight for our people. Mama, I have to cheat the tax collector before my own children. Do you think I want to do that? I live honestly. I trade honestly. I want to be honest with them, but they won't let us. We are Jews, taxed to death, forbidden to learn a trade, forbidden to own land. They keep us in chains. They send men here to rob us. So work and strive for money. Money is power. Money is the only weapon that the Jew has to defend himself with.
Bam. Now you see what they fuck with. What they're on. This is 1934. Now watch them lay down the plan for the banks. Watch this.
I must speak with you, all of you. stay here, Papa. Always.
My sons, when I go, I leave you in your mama's care. She's wise, far wiser than I, and good. Do always as she says, and you will grow rich. Come closer. Much money is lost through sending gold by coach from one country to another. In times of war, it is seized by the enemy. In times of peace, by thieves. You are 5 brothers. I want you each to start a banking business in a different country. One to go and open a house in Paris, one in Vienna, one in London. Choose the most important centers. So that when money is to be sent from here to London, let us say, you won't have to risk life and gold. Hampshire, here in Frankfurt, we'll just send a letter to Nathan in London saying, pay so-and-so. And that will be offset by loans from London to Frankfurt. Understand?
Yes,
In your day, there will be many wars in Europe. And nations that have money to transport will come to the Rothschilds because it will be safe.
Papa, you mustn't talk anymore. The doctor's...
I'm giving advice to our sons, Mama, that the doctor cannot give. Remember, unity is strength. All your lives, you must stand by one another. No one brother must be allowed to fail.
You hear what he said? Unity is strength. You see what they fuck with? Y'all better start getting on this shit. Listen to this.
Giving advice to our sons, Mama, that the doctor cannot give. Remember, unity is strength. All your lives, you must stand by one another. No one brother must be allowed to fail while another brother succeeds. Our 5 banking houses may cover Europe, but you will be one firm, one family, the Rothschilds, who work always together. That will be your power. And when that power comes, remember the ghetto.
I shall be here. I shall never leave the house where they were all born.
And when that power comes, remember the ghetto. Don't forget your people. Unify, become strong, and then bring your people up and use money as a weapon. Not fucking something to make your lives fucking super happy. No, money is a weapon for you to fucking smash on the world with. Do you see why they win and you don't? You want to go buy Jordans. They want to go buy the company. Completely different. You want to rap. They want to own the rap company. Y'all better get on board with this shit. You just saw this is 100 years ago. This shit was made 100 damn years ago. No one saw this but them. This was propaganda for them to pump their people up. And then right after that, what happened? They came the fuck up. Not 14 years after that, that's when they became the Jewish state. That's when they became the Israeli state. And then, last thing on that, go look up a dude called, hold on, let me see if I can find this dude. Let me show you this again. Hold on. Look up this guy. Check this out. See if I can find him. Hold on. His name is... Hold on. Oh, Abraham Pollock. Go look this dude up. Abraham Pollock. Abraham. Oops. Abraham. Damn, why is it on caps? So watch this. This dude right here. Check this out. See if we can. Pollock and the Khazars. Says, to this date, Pollock is renowned mainly due to his book on the history of the Khazars. He's an Israeli historian who found out that the so-called Israeli Jews were actually Khazars, and he wrote 2 books about them. Watch. So he said, was mainly due to his book on the history of the Khazars. Although this vast research before and after the publication of this book was devoted to other areas of interest, late in his life, Pollock was to refer to this issue of the Khazars only once again when in 1969 he gave a speech on that topic at the World Congress of Jewish Studies in Jerusalem. His book, Khazaria, History of a Jewish Kingdom in Europe, was groundbreaking, not only due to the comprehensive approach to the issues of the Khazars, but specifically because for the first time, Islamic sources were used. Islamic sources were used to talk about these cats. These sources were essentially unknown to the researchers in the West and were uncovered by Pollock through his work, which was based on Arab, Persian, and Kurd authors. In his book, Pollock presented 2 important, albeit controversial, assumptions. The first considered that the non-Middle Eastern origin for most of the Eastern European Jews. The second saw the birth of the Yiddish language in Crimea and not in Germany. Initially, the book was well received. The literary critic, the literary critic B. Labansky of I don't know this word, newspaper wrote, the Blaick Institute has given us now the important book about Khazaria. It addresses the issues which everyone knows had a major influence on the formation of the Polish and Eastern European Jewry. But not many, hold on, you guys, my eyes are tripping right now. But not many took, hold on, guys, my contact lens is tripping. All right. God damn. All right. But not many took to, but not many took the trouble to assemble the few surviving sources to pursue them for many years until behind the fog of myths and forgeries, the true character of the Khazars kingdom comes into light. Sorry, God, the writing is too small for me to read. My eyes ain't really that good right now. So, but you can go read this yourself in Wikipedia about Abraham Pollock. So their own historian brought out the fact that they're Khazars from Khazaria. He wrote 2 books on it, one in 1941, one in 1943. And then in 1948, they told him to shut the fuck up. In 1948, what happens in 1948? That's when New Khazaria becomes a state, recognized by who? America. First people to recognize New Khazaria, America, as a state. And so then he was told, shut your bitch ass up. Don't you say another motherfucking word, bitch, about no Khazarians. And that's why in New Khazaria, in Israel, it's illegal for you to have a DNA test unless you get a court order first. Go look it up. It's illegal for you to have a DNA test in New Khazaria unless you get a court order first. So there's that. So go check it out. They've been hiding shit for the longest time. This other book is called What Khazars? Oh, excuse me. His other book is called, no, excuse me. Wait, what was his other book? Damn it. I don't have it written down, but go look it up. He wrote 2 books, and you probably don't think you can find them because I tried to look for them. I couldn't find them. But if you can find them, let me know where they at. Because I'll get it and actually put it on the live stream for everybody to peep. So moving along, New York is getting ready to elect a socialist communist mayor. Muslim mayor, socialist communist Muslim mayor. The fuck is going on in New York? I don't know what the hell going on in New York. But goddamn New York. So he won the Democratic primary. Cuomo had to drop out because he thought he was gonna be able to come back from diddling all these women. Like, nigga, you ain't gonna be able to come back from that. Really, what he shouldn't be able to come back for is the fact that he locked all these people up during the Pandemic, all these old people up, and they all died in those old folk homes. When he was locking people up, talking about Kazarian, they could, CV19, and they couldn't, and the people couldn't see their families and all that type of shit, and all those people kicked the bucket. That's what he should be smashed for. But they're smashing him, talking about he's a Khazarian ball gargler. That's the main thing. That's actually the main thing that they don't that got him that got the other guy elected, because he's not a Khazarian ball gargler. Like when they asked him if you got elected, where's the first place you're going? Everybody else on the panel said the Holy Land, Israel. I'm going to Israel. I'm going to the Holy Land. And he was like, I'm going back and talk to my people. I'm going back and talk to the New Yorkers. He said, I'll be here for the New Yorkers who are the Jewish New Yorkers. I'll be here for those people all day, but I'm going to be here for New Yorkers. Fuck Israel, bitch. No, that's what fuck New Kazarian, bitch. And that's basically what he was saying, but not saying it. Goddamn. So again, Khazaria is everywhere you look. It's always Khazaria. Every goddamn place, man. No matter what. Now he only 33. He's only been an American citizen for 7 years. He's been here, I think, maybe 10, 15 years, but he's only been a citizen for 7 years, which I think there should be a much more of a holding off period, because you could be a sleeper cell. Like, you can just be a sleeper cell, come over here, become a goddamn American, chill out for a minute, then become eligible to be elected, and then get in office, and then you a goddamn agent. You a spy. That's what a lot of the people in China is doing. China is sending no people. That's why China is sending most of their people over here to learn all the shit about America, get embedded in American government. That's what happened to the mayor of Chicago. I mean, not Chicago, of San Francisco. Bitch, you a goddamn Chinese agent, huh? Chinese agent. Come here. Are you a Chinese agent? She said, ancient Chinese secret. She was like, nah, bitch, you gotta speak up. Ancient Chinese secret. Y'all know where that from, do you? Y'all don't remember that. Don't even act like you remember what an ancient Chinese secret. Well, if you remember where that's from, put it in the goddamn, put it in the chat. Where is ancient Chinese secret? Where's that from? He said, oh, WD, I knew your old ass was dope. Calgon. Calgon. That was the I think so. They had Calgon, I think, clothing detergent and dishwashing detergent. And I think that was the dishwashing detergent. If I'm not, bathing, the bathtub shit. Sorry, not the dish detergent, the bathtub shit. You would put it in the bathtub. It was like the Calgon bubbles and shit. So you put it in the tub, and then the person would be like, Calgon, take me away. That was the old damn commercial. And then somebody be like, how you so relaxed? What are you? And they be like, ancient Chinese secret. And then this motherfucker go and find the box of Calgon, and they be like, ancient Chinese secret, huh? Shout out to Calgon. So that's what the mayor of San Francisco told the government. Ancient Chinese secret. Say like, bitch, you better speak up. Is it two different products? No, it ain't. Is it two different products? Mel says it's two different products. One was laundry. I know it was laundry detergent, and then there was bathing. It was the bathing soap. They both was called Calgon. So both of them was called Calgon, and they both is they two different products. Stop playing. It's Calgon. No, hold on. What did he say? He says the Calgon take me away. Wait, he says Ghostface spit that in in one of his bars. Yeah, he did. Ghost did spit that in one of his bars. The bubble bath was the 80s. So was the damn, all of that was the 80s. Mel, who you talking about? All of that shit was the 80s. But getting back to what we were talking about, the socialist communist mayor in New York. So he wants grocery stores. He wants government grocery stores. He wants to raise taxes on the wealthy, on the wealthiest 1% in New York, and freeze rents in New York. He wants to freeze rents. Now, he wants to raise the taxes on the wealthiest 1%, which he doesn't actually have the power to do as mayor. He has the power to do that as the position he's already at. I think he's a assemblyman or a councilman. They have the power to do that, and he can do it now. But he's promising people he's going to do it when he becomes mayor, when he don't have the power to do that as mayor. So this nigga's lying his ass off. Like, so Mayor Eric Adams came out and said that he's a con artist. He's a con artist. He wants to raise the 1% taxes on the wealthiest people. He can do that now. Why aren't you doing that now? You can only do that as an assemblyman. You an assemblyman now. You can do that now. That's what Eric Adams was on Fox News going at him and shit. So Eric Adams may be the only chance New York has, because it's going to be Fruitopia City. Y'all think California is Fruitopia? Oh, nigga, wait till he get a hold of some shit. He's a Fruitopian Fruitopian gargling Muslim, which is crazy because, you know, Muslims don't fuck with that shit. So he's a hey, y'all about to have all of that shit in New York. All of that. So he said, so a bunch of New Yorkers is tripping. They go crazy. They so a bunch, like, people who were going to buy property in New York, they canceled deals. They canceled deals, like, yo, like going to buy buildings, because, you know, these are like buildings are like $2-3 million deals or something like that. Even apartments, they didn't want, like, people who are going to buy $2-3 million apartments. They were like, nah, we're not doing that. And then people, actually, the buildings, the commercial buildings or the rental buildings that they were going to buy was upwards of like 10 million, 20 million, and they were all backed out of deals. They were like, nah, if this motherfucker becomes mayor, he's going to freeze rents. You can't make profit doing that. You can't freeze rent. That's literally. So again, the difference between, you got socialism and communism. What's the difference between the two? What's the difference between the two? Socialism is basically, you work hard so somebody else can live easy. That's socialism. So your hard work goes to benefit everybody else in society, right? That's socialism. So while somebody else is sitting on their ass, not doing shit, this is where that equity comes from. That's from socialism. They get the same equal outcome. They get the same outcome. So no matter if they didn't start off the same, they didn't put in the same amount of energy as you did. All that means is, if you put in extra energy, then that person gets to take some of your energy and benefit from that. You don't need it. Why were you working so hard? You didn't need to do that. You didn't need to work hard, but since you did, thank you for that energy. We're just going to give it here. We're going to take some of that energy here, and we're going to just slide it over a little bit. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate you. Yeah, can you move out the way a little bit? Yeah, back up. Yeah. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. Yeah, I know you were sitting on your ass eating McDonald's all day, but you're allowed to do that in America. Yeah, you can sit on your ass all day. Yeah, here you go, man. Here's $1 million for sitting on your ass. Yeah. Like, shit, I can eat McDonald's, I can eat hamburgers and fake ass fries. and still get $1 million? Shit, nigga. Goddamn. That's socialism. Communism is kind of the same thing. It's just as the government owns all your shit. So socialism, your shit is redistributed, but communism, your shit is taken and owned by the government and supposedly slightly redistributed to the rest of the people, but it's really distributed between the people in the government. So the people in the government in communism are the people in with power. So he said, sounds like Canada. He said, sounds like Canada. Look here. Gerald jokes, yep, New York is in trouble, baby. Everybody, 50 Cent offered that nigga $250,000 to drop out of the race yesterday. 50 was like, look here, guys. Because, you know, the mayor is an ex-rapper. So he was like, look here, dog. Look here, baby. Come on, pimp. $250. Now, I think he was kind of trolling, but I don't think he really was. I don't think he really was trolling. So, you know, 50, hell. He funny with that shit. He said, wait, what'd you say? He says, Day said ancient Chinese secret, and and the lady passed him and said, I'm Korean, motherfucker. They said ancient Chinese secret, and the lady passed him and said, I'm Korean, motherfucker. What was that? And what was that? Was that in a movie? That was in Friday? I didn't see. I stopped after. What was that? Was that in next? I don't even remember next Friday. I only saw next Friday once. Friday's one of my favorite movies of all time. Next Friday. Sorry, Omar. No, not Omar, but what's his name? What's homeboy's name? Mike Epps. You are not Chris Rock. I mean Chris Tucker. Mike Epps is not as funny as Chris Tucker. Sorry. So I didn't watch it. So, but that's funny as hell if he said that, if that was said in the movie. So, so that's the last thing I got on that. Again, communism versus socialism versus capitalism. And oh, the other thing he said, he wants to defund the police, but he's using police officers as security. How's that work? So he says he wants to use social workers in place of police. Now, if you really break what he said down, it's not as messed up as Republicans will try to make, or Republicans will try to make it. He means for the harshest crimes, use police. For the harshest crimes, use police. But for things that don't, for domestic disputes and stuff like that, when police officers go to a domestic dispute and end up killing somebody or both people and shit, they're like, that needs a social worker. So put a social worker in those things, and then, leave police for the harsher stuff. So I agree with that. I don't got no problem with that necessarily. But a lot of this other shit, freezing rents and stuff like that, you can't do that. Which it sounds good to freeze rent. It sounds great, but you can't do that. So in California, though, there's rent control. You should do that, meaning the rent can only go up by a certain amount of a certain percent every year, and that's based off the Consumer Price Index. Excuse me, the CPI, which is Consumer Purchase Index, I think, or Consumer Price Index or whatever. And so that's basically inflation. So however much inflation moves up that year, they can raise the rent by whatever inflation was. So if it's 3%, and usually inflation is around 3 to 4%. So in California, and that's only in Los Angeles, not California, but in Los Angeles, they can only raise your rent 3% a year, 3 to 4% a year. That is what they should be doing instead of rent freezes. Because New York rent is out of control. That shit is crazy. You are paying $5,000 to live in a goddamn Matchbox. and it's fucking 2 roaches in the Max box with your ass and a couple of flies. And you're like, goddamn, nigga. Like, when y'all get in here? Shit, nigga. We all rent at. Huh? We all rent at, nigga. You got nigga. New York is full of shit with that, man. So I agree. I agree that something needs to be done. But so what was the question? He says, Grand Rising question. When did you attend the Talking Drums back in the 90s at the Good Life restaurant? Just asking because I did the memberships back then. I don't remember. It was 90. It was right after I sold, right when I sold my house. I had a couple houses. That was 90. I was living off of 35th in Normandy. I think it was 98. I think it was like 98, 99. It's crazy long time ago. 98, 99. That's when Dr. B was up in there and did that damn presentation on worms and meat. Made me throw up. So funny thing about that is right after that, I went and got some. If you out here from LA, you know Woody's. So I went and got Woody's. Because I went and got Woody's barbecue right after that. Some rib tips, some pork rib tips. Went and got that shit right after Dr. B. Because I didn't believe that bullshit. But as I was eating the rib tips, that damn worm he showed on the screen kept playing in my head. That little needle, what is that, pinhead worm and shit? That when you heat the meat up, it curl up and go away from the heat. I don't know what the hell that shit is called, but he showed that shit. And as I was eating the rib tips, I kept picturing one of them worms. One of them worms and that, one of them parasites. I was like, I threw out the whole goddamn thing. And ever since that day, I have not eaten pork. And that was like in 98, 99. I hadn't eaten pork since that day. God damn it, Dr. B, because goddamn pork ribs is good as shit, man. Tony Roma's. Tony Roma, you know about Tony Roma's. Tony Roma's got some goddamn good barbecue, boy. I ain't had that shit in years. So shout out to the Good Life, though. So moving along. Yeah, you goddamn right. you must be eating ribs. You must be eating pork ribs still, WD. You still eating pork ribs? Don't eat that shit. Don't eat them pork ribs, WD. So moving along, the Supreme Court is going. They went nuts today. This week, they handed Trump an immigration victory as the president declared his Iranian ceasefire. So it says the courts will allow, the court ruling will allow administration to continue deporting immigrants to countries not their own. Now, Trump can't deport them to jail, but he can deport them to other countries like war-torn countries and shit. And that's what the Democrats or the Democrats are trying to focus on. He's sending the illegals to war-torn countries. Bombs are dropping as soon as they get off the plane. They have to take cover. Like, nigga, shut your ass up. You full of shit. So, again, Obama did this shit. Obama deported more than 3 million people. And more than 75% of them didn't get a hearing in court. No due process. Just get the fuck out. Over 75%. But Trump do it. This nigga want to deport 2 people. Oh, no, bring them back. They want to deport 2 goddamn criminal, rapist, wife beating, trafficking motherfuckers, and now bring them back. You can't do that. You can't do it. Like, what, motherfucker? And then the Trump, then the judges and shit issuing the injunction. So it says the Supreme Court on Monday paved the way for the Trump administration to resume deporting migrants to countries they are not from, including conflict-ridden places such as South Sudan. That's where he's deporting niggas to Africa. You want to come here, nigga? You want to come here, bitch? You better take your ass over to Africa, nigga. Tell you that shit. You better learn how to play some drums. You better learn how to get your butu on, nigga. So he tripping. He's sending niggas over there. Wait, what'd you say? He says, no pork on the fork. I'll take Bambi. No, Jimmy. No deer either, man. Don't eat Bambi, man. Come on, cuz. We don't want deer. We don't want none of that shit, man. Especially no deer. But it says in a brief unsigned order, the court's conservative supermajority paused the ruling by a Boston-based federal judge who said immigrants deserved a meaningful opportunity to bring claims that they would face the risk of torture. Get the fuck out of here. They would face the risk of torture, persecution, or even death if removed to certain countries that have agreed to take people deported from the U.S. Charlie Scott, appreciate you, brother. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the $50 Cash App, Charlie Scott. Appreciate you, bro. We going right on some chicken shawarma. Anybody else want to follow Charlie Scott? Get on in there at that Cash App. Y'all know how we do. Y'all know how we do. Make sure you hit the Cash App. Also, order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the package this week. I'm going to give you the 5 cards because I'm not doing a live stream next Saturday. I might do one Monday, but not next Saturday. Won't be doing one next Saturday. So make sure you get in there and get the 5-card deal for the whole week. And that's that right there. So they saying what? So this person said that they should have the opportunity to make the claim that if they're deported, they're going to be deported to places that's going to kill them or torture them. No, you don't. You don't get to come over here illegally and then tell us, yo, I don't want to leave. Don't send me to that country. Yo, you should have brought your ass over here. Excuse me. That's what you, hey, look, let me tell you something, man. If you come over here and you don't get caught, hey, that's your karma. You had some good karma out there, apparently, and you didn't get caught. And honestly, for the people who have been here longer than the last 5 years before Biden, I'm cool with them people. Y'all got over. Like y'all beat the system. You got over. Whatever, nigga. You won the system. We're only talking about the 20 million people that's coming to America in the last 4 to 5 years. That's who should be taking out the game. And that's who he's basically focusing on. But and for them to, and they knew that they shouldn't come over here. They knew that that Biden was letting them in on some bullshit. It had never happened before. So if y'all were coming over here and y'all knew that, you know, that eventually that this is probably going to get frowned on and the American people didn't want you guys to come over here, but you were doing it anyway because the president said come over here, then you made that decision to accept the consequences when you came over here. Again, FIFO. You see it? Goddamn it. Fuck around and find out. You did that. You FIFO'd. But all you people who came over here, y'all FIFO'd. And excuse me. You can't be crying when you didn't win. The court ruling was handed down as Donald Trump claimed Israel and Iran had agreed to a complete total ceasefire, and that in the future, the conflict would be known as the 12-day war. Ha! So that was absolute. That was so they deporting the cats again. You got to go. Sorry, you got to go. Again, I feel for the people. If you came over here and Trump told you to come over here, and Biden told you to come over here, I understand. I probably would have came too. But then upon embarking, I would have had to say, all right, whatever happens, I have to accept the consequences. Whatever goes down, I got to accept those consequences. So just saying. Moving along, the Supreme Court rules. This back on the Supreme Court, told you they went crazy. Supreme Court rules. Courts cannot issue national injunctions against President Trump. So remember, all these cats were stopping. This is one of those illegal immigrants. They were stopping illegal immigrants from being deported and all this and that. Over almost 70 injunctions in the first 6 months of his administration, more than every other president combined. in history. 70. Crazy. That's not including the ones he got in his first administration. This is just now. So the courts came together, or Supreme Court ruled. So what happened is this was for the birthright. This is for the birthright executive order. So this is crazy, y'all. This is a major ruling on birthright citizenship. Just came through. I don't know if y'all heard it, but if you didn't hear it, here you go. So excuse me. Oops. So Trump issued all these executive orders. One was no more birthright citizenship, which hadn't been challenged by the court. So it was like, well, let's throw it up there. Let's see what happened. Right. So immediately somebody challenged it, or they had an injunction against it, a national injunction against it. Remember, these judges aren't supposed to issue national injunctions. They only have district jurisdiction. You can only issue rulings for your district, not nationally. The Constitution doesn't give you that type of power. But they were usurping power and basically had more power than the president. Basically, you can't do this. You can't do that. You got to stop doing this. You got to stop doing that. Again, and all the branches of government are supposed to be equal. No one rules over the other. The judiciary branch can just say what's supposed to be what, but they really don't have the enforcement arm to make the other branches do anything. So, but that's where the executive branch comes in. So all checks and balances, right? So what they said was, so what Trump masterfully argued, he didn't argue birthright citizenship, although I think he would have won on that also, because they were going under the subject to the jurisdiction thereof of the United States. So they were saying that people who are coming over here and having babies and leaving, they weren't subject to the jurisdiction of America. So why should they be given citizenship? Like you can be on giving birth one day and then cross the border, give birth to that kid, and then cross back over the other border, cross back across the other border to your country, and then all of a sudden you have an American citizen for a kid that you can go raise in another country with all that other country's values, and then send them back over here to come and just reap the benefits of America while changing America to the country he left. Nah, fuck that. That's not what the people who created shit meant. So he didn't argue that, really. I think he would have won on that. But what he argued was federal courts should not be allowed to give national injunctions to the executive branch. And they ruled on that. They ruled on that 6-3. I don't know what the other three was thinking, but Ketanji Brown, she decided to give her dissenting opinion in the case. And Ketanji Brown lost her goddamn mind. She was like, she basically said that the fact that the executive branch can act with impunity and that the judicial branch doesn't have the power to stop him when they want is just a complete travesty of the Constitution, which made no damn sense, because if you know the goddamn Constitution, you don't have power over the executive branch. What she was basically saying is that the judicial branch should have all the power and be able to tell everybody else what to do, but not the executive branch. Like, wait a minute, chick, how you figure that? So when she, in her dissenting opinion, she shitted on the rest of the court. She was like, full stop. They should not be able to have the power to do. She was talking crazy. She was doing her black girl and motherfucking, they shouldn't be had a power. She was doing that shit. And motherfucking, you niggas on this motherfucking court. She was doing her black girl clap shit, but in the dissenting opinion. And so Judge Kagan, she was like, this bitch lost her fucking mind. So she wrote a dissenting opinion to Ketanji Brown's dissenting opinion. And they was like, this chick is, I don't know where you got your law degree. She didn't really say this, but in so many words, she was like, I don't know where you got your law degree, chick, but you've been foregoing, your opinion is foregoing 200 years, over 200 years of precedent and law. And, what did she say? And over 200 years of precedent and something of this court, of the court system in the United States. Basically, you dumb as shit. And they said that you're caping for, you're arguing against the empirical power of the executive branch while you're arguing for the empirical power of the judicial branch. They were like, this bitch crazy. They like, which way you get your damn? Hey, she done lost her goddamn mind. Oh yeah, they clowned her ass because she tried to clown them. And you know, they were like, basically, this is the DEI hire. She shouldn't be on the Supreme Court. She's stupid. She don't even understand the Constitution. She don't even know what a goddamn woman is. This is what you get when you hire DEI motherfuckers. Just because they black or just because they a woman. You get dumb motherfuckers like that who don't know shit, and she representing all you dumbass niggas on the goddamn court. So, absolute straight bullshit. Ketanji Brown. Again, if you haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it, boo, make sure you go and get this beautiful thing right here. This is the new t-shirt over at Real Nagas, at realnagas.com. You see this right now. Rapstrology, Volume 1, off the chain. You see the gods in here. You see them. Q-Tip, Ghostface, Biggie and Tupac, Guru, KRS-One, Nasty Nas, excuse me, Snoop Diggity G, or Snoop D-O-double-G, Big Pun, DMX, LL Cool J, Rakim Allah, the God, and the Queen Latifah. Make sure you get yours. Brandon Terry, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the cash app. Make sure you guys hit that cash app. Real Nagas, the number 9. Help support the chicken shawarma. No chicken shawarma yet, but in 2 more days, after my cleanse is over, back on that chicken shawarma, baby. But appreciate you guys for supporting. Thank all of you guys for supporting. Larry Scott, appreciate you. Thank you for supporting. Conceptual Elixirs. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I didn't see all you guys. I'm over here talking. I didn't see all you guys. Felipe Miranda. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I got everybody there. Thank you guys for the cash app. And everybody else, you make sure you hit that cash app. But right here, boom. And again, we have it not only in gold, we got the white. Bam. And so this is volume 1. So volume 2 will be out in a couple months. Make sure you let me know in the comments of this episode here and the next episodes, future episodes, who you think should be on the next one, your next 12. And they have to be lyricists. They have to be lyricists. I am not dealing with just hip hop energy cats. I need them to be lyrical cats. They got to have bars. If they don't got bars, they don't get on the shirt. This is the God's shirt. This is the God lyricist shirt. So make sure your people got bars if you want them on the shirt. Andre 3000. Oh yeah, he got bars. He going on there. I should do them for. That should be the Aquemini. Him. So he should be the Aquarius, and then Big Boy should be the Gemini for Aquemini. He says combat. I don't know who that is. I know he's Black Dot has promoted him quite a bit, but I never listened to his stuff. Kambata. Kambata. I heard of him. I never heard of his stuff though. When you say Lupe Fiasco, what? Who the hell? Did you say, look here, y'all? Tristan done lost his goddamn mind. He said Lupe Fiasco. I'm gonna leave that up there, Tristan, just so people can talk shit about you. And Lupe is dope. Let me get this straight. Let me say this first off. Lupe got bars, but he shouldn't be on the God Pantheon shirt. Are you kidding? Like, he way down. He's like volume 27, not volume 2. We need the true gods. So again, volume 2 is they got to be gods. They got to be the real gods. So what this means is for the court, again, so no more national injunctions, and all the national injunctions that they issued before will get wiped away. So, but what this means for birthright citizenship is there is no more birthright citizenship, because if the executive order that they were talking about that they were getting the injunction that they were getting wiped away was for birthright citizenship, the executive order. So this means that for the next 4 years or 3.5 years, there is no more birthright citizenship under the Trump administration. Basically, what they ruled was you can't bring a national argument, a national case against the president for one wrong, for one person who felt they were wronged. That has to be either a class action suit, or that person has to bring their case individually. You can't just be bulking up people and say the whole nation gets this. No. It's for the court is for people who have been wronged, who feel that they've been wronged. And so then you go and present that wrong to the court and they say yes, yes or no. So you just can't make say this everybody was wrong by this. No, you can't say that shit. So for the next 4 years, at least there's no more birthright citizenship. And if a Republican gets elected, that's going to continue. They're not going to wipe away the executive order. The only way that this executive order will be wiped away is if a Democrat becomes president pretty soon. Yo, ET6, appreciate you, brother. Thank you for the Cash App. Everybody for the Cash App, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. So this is crazy, y'all. This is absolute insane. He says, shout out to Alex Jones and InfoWars. So what? Oops. Geechee Suede. Let's see. What'd you say? J Electronica exhibition. What? I know you ain't talking about putting him on the damn shirt. I know that's not what you're saying. That can't be what you're saying. But so that's a major blow for birthright citizenship. And they've been doing that for the last 100 some odd years. So no more people coming over. Sorry, people. No more of that shit. No more birthright. There. This is crazy. That's a major, y'all. So moving along, the Supreme Court has another ruling. They ruled Planned Parenthood cannot sue over the South Carolina defunding him. Basically, they ruled that Planned Parenthood don't have any standing to sue that the federal government is not giving them money, or the state government is not giving them money. It's really the state government. They felt that they had the right to state money, and no, you don't. And again, y'all know what Planned Parenthood is about killing up people in the hood. More sisters go there than anything. Over 40% of sisters get abortions. That's crazy. Over 40% of sisters, melanated sisters, get abortions. And it's out there. It's known that it was a plan to depopulate the melanated communities. Margaret Sanger, racist ass. Everybody knows this. Like, everybody knows this shit. So no more monies. So it said the vote was 6-3 with the court's 3 liberal members in dissent. In 2018, Governor Henry McMaster of South Carolina, a Republican, ordered the state's official to deny medical funds to Planned Parenthood, saying that payment of taxpayer funds to abortion clinics for any purpose results in the subsidy of abortion and the denial of the right to life. So he was like, we don't want the state subsidizing abortions. Like, we're not paying for it if we don't agree with it. Why should most of the people in the state, who are probably Republicans, pay for it if they don't agree with it? Fuck that. That's real shit. If you want to get an abortion, if you want to be unresponsible and undisciplined and have sex with no condom or no type of contraceptive, that's on you. You did that. You need to deal with that. Again, fuck around and find out. The basis of that, the base meaning of that is there are consequences to your actions. That's what FAFO means. That's all it means. Cause and effect. The cause that you initiate is going to have some type of effect behind it. And if you don't believe what it is, then go ahead and test it. Go ahead and see. Go ahead, put your pinky toe in and see if it get cut off. See if your pinky toe get chopped off. So that's all FAFO means. Consequences to your actions. And so women and men, when you fuck around and have sex with no protection, then you're FAFOing. And maybe you have some good karma and that doesn't result in a kid, or maybe you do have good karma and it results in a kid. Maybe that, both of those can be your karma. Good karma, if you want to, if a child can be a beautiful surprise, even if you weren't expecting it. So, it could be good karma or bad karma, but it's your karma, no matter what it is. And that only means cause and effect. The energy you put out into the universe coming back on you when that happens. Says, but abortion was mentioned only in passing in the decision, and the patient in the case had sought access to contraception, not abortion. Instead, the justices focused on whether the plaintiffs were entitled to sue to enforce part of the medical law, which gives federal money to states to provide medical care for poor people. So we don't go see, this is what they're doing now. They know these courts don't want to really rule on these major laws and shit. So we're going to attack a portion of what we really want. Because then if you rule on that, then that opens the doors to the other shit. So that's what they're doing. And man, Supreme Court's killing it this week, goddammit. Tell you that right now. Supreme Court, you was off the chain this week, goddammit, except for Ketanji Brown, who got her ass handed to her when she tried to talk shit, tried to do her black girl hand clap to the goddamn rest of the goddamn Supreme Court. What think y'all? She doing that shit. They was like, bitch, who the fuck you clapping at, bitch? Huh? Who you clapping at? So she got clapped back on. Ketanji got clapped on by what's her name? Kagan. Kagan pulled out the guns on her like, bitch. Kagan seemed like she hang around some sisters. she clapped on her so hard. Moving along. Last thing, or in political news, the Trump administration brokered a peace between the Congo and Rwanda. Man, that's what I'm trying to say, man. Trump is a Israeli ball gargler, but if it wasn't for that, this nigga would be killing the game. if he was not a Kazarian ball gargler, he would be killing the game for America right now. That war has been going on for 30 goddamn years. You remember the movie? What was that movie with Don Cheadle that he did? Anybody remember that movie? What was that movie with Don Cheadle where he did? Damn it! What was that movie, y'all? What was that movie? The was it Rwanda? Was that what it's called? Rwanda? Somebody got to know. What was that movie? Played both sides. Jasmine Crockett needs her ass. What? What'd you say about Jasmine Crockett? Needs her ass kicked. What was that movie? Hotel Rwanda. Thank you. It was Hotel Rwanda. Yes. And that shit's been going on for 30 goddamn years. And Trump came in and squashed the shit in 2 seconds. Does you see the sister from Congo in there yet in the office yesterday? That beautiful sister from Africa. Even Trump couldn't deny it. He was like, I ain't supposed to say this, but she's very beautiful. I know I'm not supposed to say it, but you're very beautiful. And she's beautiful inside too. But she's very beautiful. Like, nigga, Trump, chill your ass down, nigga. Melania at the house, nigga. You ain't supposed to be macking to the African sisters. Trump in there macking to the sisters, nigga. God damn. He said, dude, that African sister that was speaking to, yep. Yeah, that African sister that was speaking to Trump, she was off the chain. And Trump saw that shit. He was like, God damn, you fine, girl. When you need me to come to Africa? So basically, how it goes is, how he worked the deal was So Rwanda is taking a lot of Congo land because Congo has a lot of resources. So China is over there buying up a lot of the resources in Africa. And what they're not buying up is being taken over by like freedom fighters and warriors and shit like Rwanda and all that. And so they were taking up a lot of Congo land. And that's, you know, that's what the war they've been fighting. So they've been just taking it up, snatching it up. And so that's why they came to Trump and they were like, yo, can you help us out? They went to the Biden administration first. Biden wouldn't do anything. This has been going on forever. So Obama didn't do shit. They didn't go to Trump his first time because they thought he was racist. See, Trump would have helped him the first time, but they didn't go to him. So this time they went to him and he was like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to work out a deal where, all right, America is going to come and take some of those resources, take some of the minerals, right? That's what, so this is the deal. We'll stop the war, but you got to give us some of those minerals and resources over there. This is to slight China because they've been getting a lot of their minerals and resources from China, which, you know, to make the missiles and you know, and the bombs and shit. So they get a lot of those minerals from China, the stuff that they have to make. China can hold off if they really want to fuck America. They can just say, no, we're not sending you your resource, the minerals. So they needed to find another resource in order to give those minerals up. They was trying to do Ukraine, but Ukraine won't stop fighting. So Trump was like, shit, we need to find somebody else. So, oh, Congo. So the Congo was like, look, yeah, you can have some of these minerals over here. Just, you know, come and be the peacekeeper in the war. So that's what happened. So now with America having a stake in the Congo, if Rwanda or Congo starts fucking up, America goes over there and slaps the shit out of both of them. Say, y'all better sit the fuck down, bitch. We trying to get these goddamn minerals, bitch. So that's what's going on over there. And so now America has a stake in the minerals over there, and also the conflict, or there not being a conflict, because America had no stake in it before. But now that they have a stake in the minerals, if you start fucking up and try to tear up the land, America gonna come over there and slap shit out of both of you motherfuckers. That's what's really gonna happen. So that's what went down right there. He says they also need to invest and improve. Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of that shit. Trump is over there, man. Trump is trying to tell you. Trump is over there doing that shit. But Trump is like, look here, motherfucker. We got to get some of them minerals, baby. Got to get some of them minerals with your fine ass, with your fine African ass. Can we have some African? Can we have some minerals? And some some minerals? Like, Trump, stop trying to get the African booty, boy. I'm just saying. I thought that was part of the minerals. African ass ain't part of them. It ain't. It don't come with the land. No, I don't. Oh shit! Goddamn! How do we? I done signed the deal already. Goddamn! Where the white out? Can I white out this goddamn deal? I don't get no African ass. Where the white? Anybody got some white out? So shout out to the deal being made for Congo. Again, Trump stopping the war that's been going on for 30 goddamn years. And giving it to China at the same time, because China wanted to get over there and get the minerals, and Trump being over, they letting Trump over there. No minerals for China. For China. Sorry, China. But you know, really quick, everybody. Again, make sure you guys, make sure you guys get over here and get over to the Know Your Rights Foundation and sign up. Damn it. If you haven't signed up yet, get over there and sign up. You see how we doing it. You see how we doing it, baby. Oops, hold on. This is muted. Let's see what's going on right here.
The Know Your Rights Foundation presents Police Stop Law 101. What is a Terry stop? A Terry stop is a brief, temporary detention of a person by police based on reasonable suspicion that the person is involved in criminal activity. It comes from the 1968 U.S. Supreme Court case Terry v. Ohio. As we watch the following video, there are some key elements to a Terry stop we need to keep in mind. Police must have specific and articulable facts, not just a hunch or we got a call, that suggest criminal activity. There is the possibility of a brief detention, but the stop should be no longer than necessary to confirm or dispel suspicion, and if no evidence is found, the person must be released immediately. If the officer reasonably believes the person is armed and dangerous, they may conduct a quick pat-down of outer clothing to check for weapons. This is not a full search. It is only for officer safety. A Terry stop should be temporary based on reasonable suspicion and limited in scope. If police lack reasonable suspicion, the stop may be unconstitutional and any evidence found could be thrown out in court. The first 5 things you should do when facing an encounter like this is to remain calm. The next thing is 1. What is a Terry stop? A Terry stop is a brief, temporary detention of a person by police based on reasonable suspicion that the person is involved in criminal activity. It comes from the 1968 U.S. Supreme Court case Terry v. Ohio. As we watch the following video, there are some key elements to a Terry stop we need to keep in mind. Police must have specific and articulable facts, not just a hunch or we got a call, that suggest criminal activity. There is the possibility of a brief detention, but the stop should be no longer than necessary to confirm or dispel suspicion, and if no evidence is found, the person must be released immediately. If the officer reasonably believes the person is armed and dangerous, they may conduct a quick pat-down of outer clothing to check for weapons. This is not a full search. It is only for officer safety. A Terry stop should be temporary based on reasonable suspicion and limited in scope. If police lack reasonable suspicion, the stop may be unconstitutional and any evidence found could be thrown out in court. The first 5 things you should do when facing an encounter like this is to remain calm. The next thing is to make sure you join the Know Your Rights Foundation, an organization dedicated to informing the countless communities within the United States of their constitutional rights when dealing with law enforcement at a routine police stop. Make sure you're prepared for your next unwanted encounter. Know the law. Know your rights.
Man, I've been trying to tell y'all that LeBron James ain't nowhere near as good as Kobe Bryant. Dude done came to the Lakers and made a whole mockery of the entire damn franchise. That bubble chip don't even count. Half them dudes was ready to go home because they thought they was about to die. And nobody was really hooping for real. Plus all that damn flopping he threw gotta stop. And he done got every coach fired since he been here.
Jordan is my GOAT, but I feel you on Kobe. Men played like men back then.
All right, fellas. Let me see some ID.
We aren't required to show identification, officer. Are we under suspicion of committing a crime? What's your probable cause? Do you have reasonable articulable suspicion?
We got a call of a suspicious male in the park waving a firearm. We need to check everyone to make sure there are no weapons in the park to maintain the public safety. Now I'm gonna need to see some ID, guys. Let's not make this harder than it needs to be. We can do this the hard way or the easy way. I'll just run you in for resisting the lawful order.
You getting the suspicious call doesn't negate the fact that you need to follow the law and not attempt to violate my constitutional rights. Threatening to make this harder than it needs to be makes me believe that your intention is to escalate this unlawful Terry stop into something else. Please get your supervisor on the scene.
I'm gonna let you know that I don't answer questions, but I do ask them. Is your body cam on, officer? What's your name and badge number? And I also want the record to reflect that we are calmly awaiting the supervisor's arrival on the scene as soon as the officer notifies him.
Y'all sound like some of them Know Your Rights dudes. Let me get my supervisor back.
Yeah. Get your butt on over there to Know Your Rights Foundation, you understand? Get your butt on over there. Sign up as a volunteer. Again, go over there and click on the volunteer. Oops. Let me see if I can get that back. Oops. So just go over here, make sure you click on volunteers. Boom. Go right down here. Click on send us a message. And oops. So this is a new computer I'm working on, so which is why this is messing up. So you would send us a message. Damn it. So you would send us a message, boom, this pops up. You send us a message, and boom, we'll get back to you, send you a questionnaire, just with 10 questions. You send that back, and we set up, set you up with an interview. All right. But if you until then, you guys can go here and just learn the law. Okay, there's a bunch of resources in here. Again, constitutional rights, lawful police stops. If you click on that, it tells you what to do at lawful police stops. Then it has a bunch of questions right here that you can go through right here. Keep police stops Q&A. What should you do? Excuse me. What should you never? Excuse me. What should you never drive or leave the house without? Boom. You should never leave the house or drive without a dash cam. What is probable cause? Boom. So it has a bunch of information in here. A lot of this is from the Know Your Rights manual that you can go and you won't be able to, you're not going to become a lawyer doing this, but you can learn the law. You learn enough law to deal with police officers just using this website. So take advantage, goddammit. You understand? Take advantage of the things, the tools that we've given you to be successful. All right. So moving along, in Skittle news, Supreme Court, like I said, they've been killing it. In Skittle news, the Supreme Court rules parents can opt out of Rainbow Mafia curriculums at school. Supreme Court, boy. The Supreme goddamn Court, boy. They are killing the game. Supreme Court is killing the game, y'all. And let's see. Wait, what'd you say? I applied before, but the application didn't go through. Thinking about applying again. Yeah, Tristan, I don't know why it didn't go through, but yeah, hit us up again, man. Absolutely, hit us up again. But the Supreme Court rules again that parents can opt out of Rainbow Mafia curriculum in schools. Boy, starting to settle. Like I said, man, if Trump wasn't ball gargling Netanyahu, if Netanyahu didn't have voodoo balls, Trump's voodoo balls in his pocket, and squeezed them every time he felt, you know those balls that you do like this and shit, them stress balls. He got that's what he do with Trump's. He got Trump stress voodoo balls, and he just be rolling them motherfuckers. And Trump just like, hey, just start feeling, hey. It is just me, Mr. Trump, letting you know I have your balls. Don't step out of line, Mr. Trump. Don't step out of line. So the court, though, is killing it. And it says the Supreme Court in a 6-3 decision ruled in favor of parents seeking to opt out of their children out of public school instruction that conflicts with their sincerely held religious beliefs. Bam. The case brought by a group of you talking about this sounds like a goddamn this sounds like one of them jokes. A Christian, a Muslim, and a Jewish person walking into a bar. So the case was brought by a group of Christian, Muslim, and Jewish parents from Montgomery, Maryland, sought a guaranteed exemption from the classroom reading of storybooks with LGBTQ themes, including the same-sex marriage and exploration of gender identity. God dang it. Boy, I'm trying to tell you. So this does sound like one of them jokes, though. Black man, white man, Chinese man. This is a Christian, a Muslim, and a Jewish man walking to a bar. All right. And the Christian says, but hey, they all teamed up. They did a tag team. They said, fuck this Rainbow Mafia bullshit. We ain't with none of this Rainbow Mafia shit. Hey, do you want to get somebody? Yo, what is it? What's the saying? The enemy of my what's it say? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. There it is. The enemy of my enemy is the homie. That's what that is. The enemy of my enemy is the homie right there. So again, shout out, baby. Now, again, shout out to the Supreme Court. So moving along, still in Skittle news. This is crazy as shit. The first mouse with 2 biological fathers has its own babies. In a breakthrough that could pave the way for gay men to have children. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but let's read about it. Excuse me. For the first time, mice born to 2 fathers have grown up, and produced offspring, scientists in China have revealed. The researchers at Shanghai Jiao Tong University managed to insert 2 sperm cells, one from each father, into a mouse egg whose nucleus had been removed. A gene editing technique, then used to reprogram parts of the sperm DNA to allow an embryo to develop, a process called androgenesis. The embryo, featuring the genetic material from 2 fathers, was transferred to a female womb and allowed to grow to term. Fuck. Finally, the resulting offspring, male, managed to grow to adulthood and become a parent after mating conventionally with a female. In their lab experiments, the researchers managed to successfully demonstrate the method twice, birthing 2 fertile male mice, both with 2 fathers. These niggas has lost their fucking minds. The promising breakthrough could pave the way for 2 gay men to have a child of their own who can also go on to have a family. However, experts have cautioned that there still is a way to go before any such procedures are attempted in humans. Now, what is still needed, people? I heard a whole bunch of shit in there, but there was one thing that was still needed to have babies. What was that, people? Can anybody tell me what was the missing link still needed to have babies? What was it? Can anybody tell me? He said degenerate as, what do you say? What do you say? Degenerate as all hells? Okay. Thank you. Who put it first? That was he who thinks. Or no, excuse me. No. Wait a minute. Sorry, he who thinks. Phoenicia had it. A woman. And then everybody else had variations of it. But yeah, he who thinks, you was second. Jimmy, you was third. Jesse Clark. Then Greg Muse. Nama. Yep. All you guys. A lady. I'm a lady. that's what they was missing. I'm a lady. So they was missing the womb, the uterus. God damn it. So 2 men still can't do this shit without a woman. You still need a woman. Divine feminine, fools. You cannot produce life without a woman or without a man. They need to be both together. If you heard what he said was even the sperm couldn't do it by itself. They had to go in there and do some shit called androgenesis to pre-program this damn cells to act upon the goddamn sperm, to act upon the egg. And have genetic material from both sperm. Because otherwise, it ain't happening like that. 2 sperm fight for the womb. They fight to get there. Them niggas ain't bad. They ain't teaming up. This ain't. They ain't doing that. Go get her. I'm in. That ain't happening. So these motherfuckers have lost their goddamn mind. You still need a woman. Thank God. I need women. I sure do. God damn it. Coming this weekend, baby. No, come on, God damn it. You can't come too soon. Vacation. Santa. No, I ain't gonna tell you. But vacation can't come too soon. But Yeah, you still need divine feminine and divine masculine. So just saying. Well, historically, women had children without men, but never vice versa. Bullshit. Bullshito. You have never seen that. You've never seen a woman have a baby without a man. Show that shit. You heard somebody say that. You ain't never seen no evidence of that bullshit ever. You heard somebody tell you that. Stop regurgitating shit that sound good to you that you have no proof of. You have no goddamn receipts for whatsoever that a woman has had a goddamn baby without a man. Show that shit, because if that was true, women would be having babies all goddamn day right now in 2025 without men. But they can't because you need a dick. Sorry. Or what comes through a dick. Sorry. That's how that works. Sorry, Ahmad. Trying to put you out there on blast, but gotta have receipts, bro. When you say some shit like that. Don't ever say no crazy shit like that and don't have no receipts. So just saying, you still need masculine, divine feminine. So moving along, still in Skittle news. There's a bunch of that this week. A manhunt is underway for 2 Georgia teens who tore up a rainbow mafia flag in front of the street camera. So remember we was talking about this a couple years ago, the kid who rode his bike over the flag on the ground and they arrested him and shit and tried to charge him with a hate crime. So that was a while back. Now, you know, Trump is taking office. So now cats is feeling more emboldened to say, fuck that rainbow shit. And you shouldn't say fuck, because I hate that they took over the rainbow. That shit pisses me off. Because rainbow is the light spectrum representing the visible vibrational spectrum that we can see. That shouldn't be co-opted by them. That's been around since the beginning of time. So why should they have that shit? You look at a nebula, a beautiful nebula is filled with rainbow color. Why the fuck should they have that shit? And they don't. Fuck that. So we taking that shit back. But the Skittles Mafia, we can call them Skittle Mafia. So the Skittle Mafia, the Skittle Mafia flag, you know, they've been getting, ever since Trump has been in office, the anti-Skittle Mafias have been emboldened. And you said y'all wilding. They have been emboldened. But so they went in front of a camera and they took a flag, and if they bought the flag, it's their property. They ripped it up in front of the damn camera. And so now there's a manhunt for 2 14-year-old kids. 2 14-year-old kids who said, fuck this shit. We not saying that. That's the ones who they're trying to indoctrinate, is the people that age. And they said, fuck this shit, nigga. Fuck this shit, nigga. So they said, fuck this, and we're not doing that shit. And they ripped it up. Now they're on the manhunt for hate crimes. They're criminals. They're Nazis. The fuck out of here, man. This is insane. 2 kids, 2 14-year-old kids. Again, and you can rip up and burn the American flag, but you can't rip or burn the Skittle Mafia flag, or it's a hate crime. That's bullshit. And just so you know, ripping up a flag, destroying a flag is not hate. It's a political statement against the ideas their flag represents. It's not hate. I just don't fuck with that. And I'm tired of it being marketed to my children. So we're just going to take that out the game. So this is crazy. I hope the 2 kids stay on the lam. Stay on the lam, 2 kids. Don't let them find you, baby. Hunting for 2 goddamn 14-year-old kids. That's a goddamn shame. Talking about they're criminals and hate crime. They should be thrown in jail. Get the fuck out of here. No, absolutely not. Anybody, hide those kids. Help those kids stay hidden. God damn it. Be an accessory. Because God damn it, those kids should not be fucked with. So moving along. Oh, last thing I got. This is sort of Skittle news. So like I said, the hate crimes are not just in here. In Germany, you know, it's the speech hate crimes, I should say. A man was just fined for calling, he was fined $10,000 in Germany. He was fined $10,000 for calling the German prime minister the dumbest foreign minister in the world. That's all he did. He called he just had an opinion, a political opinion of his damn prime minister, and they arrested that nigga and fined him $10,000. So again, that falls in line. You know, and again, the UK arrest thousands of people every year for hate speech crimes. But this to me is the Khazarians trying to control speech. This is the overall trying to control speech, because if the Khazarians were just trying to control speech against them, it would look too blatant. So they have to control all speech. And then if there's a massive campaign against all hate speech, so-called hate speech, then they can just throw anti-Semitism in there and say, oh, that's hate speech too. And then we gotta shut people down for talking anti-Semitism, blah, blah, blah. So, this is the pushback. We should all be pushing back. Push back, baby. Don't accept none of this bullshit. None of it. God damn it. So moving along. Shout out to them kids. Stay on the land, baby. Stay hidden. Moving along. In the science and the weird, got a lot of weird shit. Scientists reveal how humans will have superpowers by 2030. Now, we already got superpowers. Just so we're clear, we already have superpowers. Some have more than others, and some have amplifiers to their superpowers. Just saying. Some have amplifiers. Again, everybody got superpowers, but some people are walking around here with boom boxes, and some people walking around here with transistor radios. And so, now a transistor radio, if you can get in that bitch and tweak it and fuck with it, and you can turn that transistor radio into a goddamn super satellite if you got the know-how. just so we're clear. But it's all about your knowledge, the knowledge in the brain or in the mind. So by 2030, it says by 2030, rapid technological advancements are expected to reshape humanity, unlocking abilities once confined to science fiction, from superhuman strength to enhanced senses. Robotic exoskeletons may soon allow people to lift heavy objects with ease, while AI-powered wearables such as smart glasses and earbuds could provide real-time information and immersive augmented reality experiences. So this is, you're going to be the Borg, basically, is what they're saying. Anybody know the Borg? Am I the only Trekkie? I'm a Trekkie and a Star Wars dude. See, balance. You got to balance it out. Some people are just Trekkies. Some people are Star Wars people. I'm both. You got to be both. Trekkie is all the science. Star Wars is the spirituality. You got to have the science and the spiritual. But the Borg. Anybody know about the Borg? He said, what'd you say? He says, the TV show Hero. Oh, Hero. I went back on my Hero shit to watch the first season. So I'm just on episode 6 of the first season. Had to go back and watch Heroes. That shit was off the chain. But Star Trek, the Borg. Anybody know about the Borg? Y'all don't know about the Borg? Okay, GL said third or fourth, but okay, you know a little something. Anybody know about the Borg? No, I don't know. Y'all don't know about the Borg. So the Borg was a goddamn cybernetic race. They were a cyborg race, and they would try to take over humans by assimilating them and then attaching them to their robotics, and then their mind would join this giant hive. And basically it was and they were saying was assimilation is inevitable. What was that? Resistance is futile. That was their main thing. Resistance is futile. Like, nigga, no matter what you do, we gonna get your ass eventually, nigga. And actually, Captain Picard of Star Trek Next Generation, they assimilated his ass, and he got out of it, but he was traumatized. That nigga had PTSD for the rest of his life and shit. But Yeah, it was the collective. You join the collective. Your mind, you're no longer an individual. You join the mind collective. And so that's what the Borg was. And they're saying basically, you about to be the Borg. that's basically what this just said. It says healthcare may be revolutionized by microscopic nanobots capable of repairing tissue and fighting disease from within the bloodstream, potentially extending human lifespan. So you about to get nanobots in the blood, taking out viruses and bacteria and shit. Now, does anybody actually want some nanobots in your blood? Do you trust doctors putting nanobots in your blood? Come on now, pimp. Come on, pimp. Says developers are also working on contact lenses with infrared vision. Hurry up with that shit. With infrared vision and devices that allow users to feel digital objects. What? Oh shit, goddamn girl, you guys. The field digital objects paving the way for entirely new ways to experience the world. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, digital lady. Oh, my bad. I didn't know that was real. It didn't seem like it was real. I just had to make sure it wasn't real. Oh, sorry. Just making sure it wasn't real. So it says tech pioneers like former Google engineer Ray Kurzweil believe these innovations are early steps towards the merging of humans and machines, the Borg, with brain computer interfaces offering direct access to digital intelligence. The Borg, what I just said. Resistance is futile. Assimilation is inevitable. Resistance is futile. Boom. That is straight to Borg. Straight up. They coming for your ass. And it said, while many of these breakthroughs are already in progress, others remain in the experimental phase, facing significant technical and ethical challenges, including concerns about privacy and safety. Still, some of these futuristic technologies may become reality within the next 5 years. Human strength, cognition, and perception in ways never before possible. Now, again, you already got superpowers. You already have that shit. Excuse me. You already got superpowers. Oops. You already got that shit if boom, right here. This is a great book of Melanin research. You pick this up right there. They'll tell you what your superpowers are. If you don't know.
What if the real superpower was already inside you? The Great Book of Melanin Research reveals 130 years of scientific studies conducted by governments around the world on you. This isn't fiction. It's real research on melanin uncovering its superconductive, photoconductive, cell-protective, and DNA shielding abilities. Yeah, they've known for over a century. Why don't you? Order now and get the exclusive Police Stop Law Package free. That's the Know Your Rights Manual, Constitutional Rights Card, Qualified Immunity Notice and Card, Police Stop Flashcards Volume 1 and 2, the Public Official Bonds Book. Learn how to hold them personally accountable. This is power in your hands, biological and legal. They studied you. Now you study them. Click the link. Get the truth. Get protected. The Great Book of Melanin Research. It's time you knew what they know.
You see it, goddammit. But no, realnagas.com. Pick up your book, Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy, and you will get the whole Police Stop Law Package for free. For free. That's how we do it around here. I need a law army. 1 million Johnny Cochrans. So we're marching towards it. You better get in this army. So moving along, still with the science and the weird, many black holes could be hiding in your home, scientists warn. Tiny black holes. Now, they said something about black holes appearing in your body. I did a story on this a few months ago, black holes appearing in your body. But then it says black holes are some of the most violent and destructive objects in the universe. And as terrifying as it sounds, thousands of these mysterious voids could be whizzing through your home at this very moment. Black holes just moving past. If you walk into one, that's your ass. Scientists believe the universe may be littered with objects called primordial black holes. According to some calculations, as many as 1,000 could be passing through every square meter of the planet each year. One of these black holes might even blast straight through your head without you ever knowing it was there. Now, I don't know about that. Well, we'll see how small they are. Primordial black holes are ancient entities formed in the very first moments of the Big Bang, which have been drifting through the universe ever since. However, these are not the star-swallowing, galaxy-churning, supermassive black holes that appear in science fiction blockbusters like Interstellar. Instead, they are microscopic singularities no larger than a hydrogen atom, the atom size, ranging from the mass of a single bacterium to that of a medium-sized asteroid. So, wait a minute. That's pretty heavy. Asteroid or meteorite? Because if you say asteroid, a medium-sized asteroid is big as shit. So they're saying this little atomic-sized black hole can either have the mass of a single bacteria or bacterium, or the mass of a goddamn asteroid. That's a hell of a long goddamn fucking the fuck, man. So I'm gonna say if the if it did open up in your body and it had the mass of a goddamn asteroid, that's a wrap for you. You're gonna get folded up like a goddamn card table, placed in the closet. You're gonna get folded straight up. Anybody ever seen those where you've seen that too in a movie where somebody gets sucked into like a massive black hole or like a portal or some shit, and they body and the hole is too small for them to fit through, so their body just and it's screaming and they get sucked through the hole. That's gonna be your ass. Says typically black holes from when a star with a lot of mass collapse on itself. Typically, black holes form when a star with a lot of black mass collapses on itself until it forms an ultra-dense point known as a singularity. That little super dense, it could be like a size of pinhead, but dense as fuck, and boom, bust a hole through your table, your floor, everything. These points of matter have such a strong gravitational pull that even light is pulled in, hence why they appear black. However, primordial black holes might form in a slightly different way. In fact, these would have formed so early on in the universe that stars wouldn't even have had time to form. Dr. Deshang Dai, a black hole researcher from Yangzhou University in China, told Daily Mail, primordial black holes are black holes created soon after the Big Bang. At this period, the temperature and energy density of the universe was very high. So, when small pockets of overdense matter formed, this high energy squished them into very small black holes. Goddamn! Don't you walk into one of those asteroid mass size black holes. I mean, damn. You ever seen like a sinkhole? Maybe that's what a sinkhole is. Y'all seen that shit? Like when a sinkhole just opens up and just swallow it. Now, I know they say sinkholes is from moving dirt under the whatever the mass is, that hole that gets sucked in. So the dirt is loose and it moves a lot. under there. So over a period of time, 20, 30, 40 odd some odd years, the dirt moves and then the hole creates. I don't think that's what happened. I'm saying primordial black holes. How would they know? They wouldn't know. So that's what I think. I think some goddamn primordial black holes. Well, you said just like what? And hexen, just like turning into a hexen beast. First off, you don't know nothing about the show Grimm, Nama. Don't you get started up in here. You don't know, is it Nama or Naama? Either way, I hope I don't say it wrong, but you don't know shit about Grimm. Don't you start nothing in here. Grimm is one of my favorite shows of all time. Top 7, top 5, really, I would probably say. Grimm, he's a Grimm. That was the best. If y'all haven't watched Grimm, do yourself a favor and go binge watch Grimm. That show is off the chain. He's a Grimm. Oh man, that show was so goddamn good. She said, yes, the hells I do. Do you? She said, yes, the hells I do. You don't know nothing about Grimm? You don't know nothing about Nick Burkhart? Come on. You don't know nothing about Nick Burkhart? Oh, man. But that show was off the chain. And Trouble. You don't know about Trouble, Nick Burkhart? So that's a dope ass show. Girl, you done got me on my Grimm shit, girl. I talk about Grimm all goddamn day. That show was breaking off the Illuminati and shit. The families over the European Illuminati families and oh man, y'all don't know nothing about Grimm. You haven't seen Grimm, you missed out. that shit dove deep into Illuminati and all that shit. Masonry and all, man, y'all tripping. So yeah, shout out to Grimm. She said, I know about Teresa Rubel. I gotta give you all right, that is her real name. Teresa Rubel, Trouble. That was funny. Off the chain. Shout out to you. So moving along, scientists detect deep earth pulses beneath Africa, and an ominous sign the continent could rupture. They're saying Africa is going to implode and break off. I talked about this a minute ago, but apparently they got this big ass gash that's been opening up, this ridge cavern that's been opening up across East Africa through the whole goddamn shit. It's crazy. If you ever seen no, don't shit. I don't want to hear no shit for this, but Twilight, the one at the end, the very last Twilight movie where they was fighting, that was actually the best one. That one, I think, yeah, that was probably the best one, and they not that good. Let me just say that. But if you understand the vampire and all the spookism and shit, the mystical shit behind it, it's a pretty good show. But the last one, this dude, the Egyptian, they had an Egyptian vampire, and this motherfucker hit the ground, bam, and he cracked, and that shit opened up this giant super cavern and shit like that. That's what that looks like in Africa. So go, if you you can go Google it, but go look, watch the Twilight last movie. It's called Breaking Dawn Part 2, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So it says, sounds like a plot from the latest apocalyptic blockbuster, but scientists say that it could soon become a reality in Africa. See, blockbuster, that's like a movie from Twilight. A massive crack is ripping through Earth's second largest continent from the northeast to the south. Even second largest. Are you insane? Did he just say Africa is the second largest continent? I will slap the entire shit out of you. Everybody knows that the maps that they have right now is bullshit. You can fit all of Europe and mostly America into Africa, the real Africa. Everybody know that. You can get America, all of Europe, Russia, all of that shit in the real Africa. The fucking second largest continent. You better get the fuck out of here. It's full of shit. So So eventually, the entire continent could split apart, leaving Eastern Africa with its own coastline. Oh, do I hear beachfront property? Oh, I think I hear beachfront property calling. I'll be right there, East Africa. If you hear what I just heard, that's an opportunity. I just heard, see, opportunity, boom. You got to know opportunities when you hear them, people. I just heard when this shit pops off, East Africa is going to be beachfront property. Yeah, y'all might want to go start buying some African property. I'm just saying. In a new study, researchers uncovered evidence of rhythmic surges of molten rock rising from deep within the Earth's surface beneath Ethiopia. Oh, shit. Ancient Abyssinia. That's really what Ethiopia is called. Ethiopia means the burnt black. It means burnt black, but Abyssinia was what it was called. These pulses are gradually tearing the continent apart and forming a new ocean, according to researchers from Swansea University. See? New beachfront property opening up. And really quick on the Abyssinia thing. You know where they showed that? The black people from Abyssinia? In the TV show Da Vinci that came on Stars. What was that? Da Vinci's something? What was that show, y'all? On Da Vinci. That was on about Da Vinci. Da Vinci's something. Please put it in the chat. If y'all remember that show about Leonardo da Vinci that came on Stars. What was the show? Come on, y'all. Y'all don't remember? God damn it. He's Ethiopia, the entire continent of Africa. Yeah. Well, no, the Da Vinci Demons? Was that what it was? Da Vinci's Demons? Is that what it was? Are you sure? Are you sure it was Da Vinci's Demons? Are you sure? You say, what'd you say, Kev? It stated there are 70-story buildings under us. They got everything but a sun. Hey, I don't know. I don't know what's under us. All I know is what I see right now. Till that again, I deal with receipts. I know what they say, but I don't know what's actually under there. Was it Da Vinci? It wasn't Da Vinci Code. Oh, Da Vinci. It might have been Da Vinci's Demons. Okay, because it dealt with a lot of shit he was going through. His little fruitopian phase and all that shit. So, but he had a person he would talk to who would drop him with knowledge, who was breaking him off with knowledge. The black dude, the brother. Y'all remember him? If y'all watched that show, it was a brother, looked like a MOOR, who was giving him information all the time. They called him the Abyssinian. That was his name in the movie, in the show, the Abyssinian. So go look that shit up, because that dude was dropping knowledge on Da Vinci. Damn. So that show, he was breaking out. Oh, they also dealt with the Medicis, the banking family, the Medicis. Oh man, y'all tripping if y'all haven't seen that show. That shit was breaking it off. So it says the pulses. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, the split will eventually go all the way down Africa. Lead author Dr. Emma Watts told Daily Mail. It has already begun, and it is happening now, but at a slow rate, 5 to 16 millimeters per year in the north of the Rift. Regarding timescales, this process of Africa being torn apart. Oh, get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. I didn't read this part, y'all. They said it's going to take millions of years. Oh, it's bullshit. Well, when we come back, if you come back, when you die off, just make sure you don't come back till about another 999,050, 75 years. Get you about, so you about 25 years when it started. You be 25 years old when it started to happen. Make sure you don't decide to come back to you 999,050. Excuse me, 75. Because then you at least have some time to buy it. Just saying. So moving along, I thought it was going to be goddamn in about the next 15, 20 years. A million years. Man, are you kidding me? So moving along. Goddamn, you don't get my hopes up, Daily Mail. Now this is the weird. We got the science and the weird. This is the weird. So this came down. Wait, what'd you say? He says, damn, my artificial intelligence, Roger, he says, damn, my artificial intelligence, Roderick Roche will be here. You gonna have an AI Roderick Roche coming through? Wait, what'd you say? It's not Abyssinia, it's Abyssinia. AB, Abyssinia. With an A and a B, not Abyssinia. But so this part is in the weird. Calling a middle-aged white woman a Karen is borderline racist, sexist, and ageist, an employee tribunal found. This is a court. Said that calling a middle-aged white woman a Karen is borderline racist, sexist, and ageist. What? No. Calling a white woman a Karen is racist? Oh, get the fuck out of here. Let's see what this shit says. Let's see what this shit says. Hey, hold on. What'd you say about the rift? Says, no, it's just a rift right now, but it's a setup for something to happen soon. 1,000,000 years like hells. Yeah, they could, if they drop some type of bomb or something in there, yeah, they can make that shit jump off way sooner. You're right. You're absolutely right. So it says the term, I guess, Karen, the term used to describe a female who was perceived as entitled or excessively demanding is pejorative, a judge says. The ruling came in the case of black charity worker, Sylvia Constance, 74, who accused her bosses of targeting her because of her race and age. Now she's black, but why is she bringing a case about Karen? All right, let's read. In a complaint written on her behalf, female managers at MNCAP were said to have acted like the stereotypical Karen, having weaponized their privilege and more powerful positions against her. So she said she called the men. Wait, she called, hold up. Her female managers, she called them Karens. But employment judge George Elliott said, we note the use of the slang term Karen, which is a pejorative and borderline racist, sexist, and ageist term. What? Get your Karen ass out of here. It says, referring to someone as a Karen began as an internet meme popularized during the COV 119. It suggests Karens are the kind of women who demand to speak to the manager to complain and issue and is also associated with excessive use of Facebook, being anti-vaccination, and even a blonde bob haircut. Blonde bob haircut. That's what a Karen is, a blonde bob haircut? I didn't know that was associated with Karens. I don't know what that is. But a judge, so they went and sued. They basically said that she can't call her bosses Karens. It's racist. Now, I don't know if they say they can't because that's free speech. I can call anybody what the hell I want to call them in America all goddamn day, as long as I don't threaten them or invite them to fight. That's also something you can't do. Yo, Terrence David, appreciate you. Thank you for the cash app. Appreciate you, brother. Everybody with that cash app, make sure you get the cash app before we get out of here. So appreciate you, bro. So yeah, you can't call I guess Caucasian women are fighting back legally for calling them Karens. Now, melanated people, you can call nigga. excuse me, you've been called nigga and all kind of shit for years, for damn near 100 years. Did you ever go to the judge to get them to stop calling you nigga? See, Caucasian people know how to use the system. But nigga means God, so you shouldn't do that. But I'm just saying, just as an example of what was considered a derogatory term, and melanated people just stuck with it because it was in our history. It was already within your frequency, your vibration, as a good thing, not a bad thing. So, but not their term, our term, not their term. So, moving along, last thing I got in nigga news, the nigga news. So, just saying, don't call nobody Karens and get your ass sued. Them white motherfuckers will sue the shit out of your ass. White people will sue the shit out of you. You know that. So moving along, in nigga news, the last thing I got. Carmelo Anthony, he was indicted for murder. Now, the Caucasian people have been caping for this ever since the beginning. He murdered that kid. He murdered him. There's no reason to stab someone. Just because he came up and slapped the shit out of you and grabbed you and choked you out and threw you on the ground and stomped your face out, that doesn't mean you can stab him. Well, he didn't. We don't know if the Caucasian dude did that. However, we do know he put his hands on him first. Multiple people had said that. So a video just was released, and they said that the leaked video didn't show him getting mobbed by a bunch of people. He don't got to get mobbed by a bunch of people to assert self-defense. It could be one person, which it was. It was actually more than one person. It was the brother, and it was both of the brothers. The brother who's alive is the one who started it first. He talked to him first when he came into the tent. Said, you can't sit there, blah, blah, blah. Who the hell are you to be regulating some shit? Now there's an audio going viral of a dad who was supposedly at the track meet and said that he saw everything. He had his babies with him, and he saw that the white dudes weren't even in the tent. Now this is allegedly the Caucasian dudes weren't even in the tent. They went over there to address him when they saw him sitting in there. So they weren't even in there when he went to sit down. And then it comes out, they say, oh, they were worried about the bags and stuff, that they went over there to tell him he couldn't sit in there because of the bags. Well, all you had to do was just say, don't touch the bags. Who the fuck are you to tell somebody where they can sit in the place that you don't own, that you didn't set up? You ain't even a track meet. You ain't even a track star. They're football players. They're not even on the track team. He is. Carmelo Anthony was on the track team. And he had a friend on their team, on the other people's track team. So, again, Caucasian people still believe that they can touch people and nothing is supposed to happen to them. I said I was sorry. God, fuck. Fuck, man. What does sorry mean? Sorry means sorry. I know I blew up your fucking house. I killed all your family. I know I just tore up your whole fucking community. I know I shitted in your Cheerios. I know I pissed in your Kool-Aid. I know I did that, but I'm sorry. Fuck, man. What is sorry? Does sorry mean the same thing? How do you say sorry in this language? I guess he's not getting me. What is it? Lo siento? Lo siento. Is that it? Do you understand now? Oh, he doesn't. I don't think he speaks Spanish. That's not it. Lo siento? No. Oh, no. That means understand. That doesn't mean sorry, asshole. That means understand. Sorry. But so these motherfuckers think you're supposed to be able to touch people and nothing ever happened. You're supposed to be able to be 100 pounds bigger than your opponent and that person not feel fear at all. 100 pounds. You got 100 pounds and 5 inches on this dude. He's 5'9". You're 6'1", 225. He's 5'9", 130 pounds. And you think that he doesn't need some assistance to deal with you? And then they say, well, why did he only had bad intentions to bring a knife to school? That's bullshit. Tell Fonzie that shit. in the 50s when all you damn greasehead white motherfuckers was bringing switchblades to school. Kids bring weapons to school for protection, especially somebody as small as him. He's a little dude. He is a little dude. What the hell are you talking about? He's a little dude for a teenager. He's 17. As you see with those other guys, they're 17 also, and they're 6'1", 225 pounds. So the fact that you say that this dude, he's bringing a knife to a school event, because they say, well, he didn't go to school, so he didn't bring a knife on campus, but you're not allowed to bring a knife to school event, which is why he was charged. Again, in Texas, you can be charged as an adult at 17 for murder. So it was inevitable for them to do this. And again, you can indict a ham sandwich. So the fact that they got an indictment on murder, it doesn't mean anything. They was going to do this shit anyway. But I'm confident when it comes out that he's going to get self-defense. The only thing they're probably charging with is having a knife at the school event. That's probably what he's going to get charged with. Other than that, self-defense. Somebody put their hands on you. You got a right to do whatever the hell you feel you need to do to walk away from that situation alive, or at least conscious. And again, Texas is a stand your ground state. He didn't have any obligation to run. So this is what they believe. But they're wrong. And so all the FAGA and the coon Cajuns are acting like the fact that they saw the video, or the video doesn't show a mob attacking him, that's evidence that he committed murder. Again, Caucasian people, as melanated people, learned a long time ago in the household. This is the saying that everyone knows. If you from the hood and you melanated, you know this saying. And say it with me. Keep your motherfucking hands to your motherfucking self. Period. Again, everybody, you know this in the hood. Let's say it again. Follow the bouncing ball. Keep your motherfucking hands to your motherfucking self. And when you do that, you have very little problems in the world. Straight up. And when you don't do it, you're going to have a lot of problems. As they so found out. So, again, they indicted him. They got him for murder. All the FAGA people were, see, they're going to get him. He's a killer. He's a murderer. Dude, why are y'all trying to shit on this 17-year-old who hasn't been anything but good his whole life? He done this one damn thing, and they keep trying to call this nigga a murderer, a killer, can't find anything else he's ever done in his life bad. Nothing. But this one fucking thing, that's not even bad. He was protecting himself, which is his parents probably taught him to do. And then they come out, they're broke. They're asking for money because, yeah, they need money because the case now is a murder case, which involves more investigation. So, yeah, they need more money. They're broke. The family's broke. They're begging for money. They're begging for money. No, they just need money because it's a murder case. And they're going to try to They're going to try to smash on these people. And you need a lot of money to go up against the state in a murder case. So that's why they're asking for money. So anybody knows their GoFundMe, can you put it in the chat so people can go do it? And moving along, real quick, I had to say this. I had to speak on this real quick. There's a lot of Kobe hate that has been going around this last couple weeks, because Tracy McGrady came out and said that, I don't know, a lot of you people who aren't sports fans, you probably don't know what this is, but Tracy McGrady, T-Mac, came out and said that basically he was on the same level as Kobe. Like if he had played with Shaq, he would have won championships too. This whole thing got started with ring culture, with Gay Bron saying that after he spent his whole goddamn career chasing rings to try to beat Kobe, that now since he didn't get them rings, that no one should put any stock in people who won rings. That doesn't mean that you're greater if you're not great. There's a bunch of great players who didn't win rings, and so I'm supposed to say this person's not a great player because they didn't win no ring. No, that's what you're not supposed to say. There's levels to this shit. There's people who are great players, and then there's people who are smash those people who are great players. There's the levels to this shit. There's Donald Trump, who's a billionaire. There's the Waltons, who are billionaires. Then there's Bill Gates, who is billionaire. Then there's Jeff Bezos, who's a billionaire. And then there's motherfucking Elon Musk, who way the fuck up there. There's levels to this shit. And being a champion shows how you perform when it's on the line. Your mental fortitude, your intestinal fortitude. That's what that shows. And so when you sit up here and act like because you didn't win them many rings that you just as good, no, you're not. You didn't perform when you needed to perform. That means I can't count on you at the most clutch time when I need you to win. I need you to come through. Can't really count on your bitch ass that much. Not as much as these other motherfuckers. I maybe can count on you a little bit, but these cats over here who's won more than you, I can count on them people more because they won more than you. So that's what that shit means. And Tracy McGrady lost his damn mind thinking that he was on the same level as Kobe when Kobe was on 12 all defensive teams. 12. The most out of any player other than, like, I think one other player has like 15. I think 15 all defensive teams. But Kobe is tied with the most by a guard. 12. 9 all defensive first teams, meaning that boy would shut you down while scoring. And he did that to Tracy McGrady in a game. There was one game where Kobe was coming back from court dealing with the grape charges. He got to the game after getting off the helicopter from court, coming from Colorado. They played the Orlando Magic. I think this game was March 4th, 2004. You can go look up this game. It's in March of 2004. Kobe and they played Orlando. Tracy McGrady had 30 points by the third quarter, by the end of the third quarter. He had 30 points. Kobe went to Phil Jackson and said, I got him. Let me guard him. I got him. Guess how much Tracy McGrady scored in the fourth quarter with Kobe guarding him? 5 points. He didn't even, now let me tell you, he scored those 5 points on another player called Devin George. He didn't score those 5 points on Kobe. Kobe locked his ass up in the fourth quarter completely and then dropped 24 points on Tracy McGrady in the fourth quarter while locking his ass up. So this Kobe disrespect got to stop. Kobe really better than Jordan, but it's just not respectful to say that because Kobe learned from Jordan. So people don't want to say that Kobe's better than Jordan. But Kobe, every part of Kobe's game is better than Jordan's. There's nothing, no part of Jordan's game that is better than Kobe's. But it's not feasible. It's not, again, it's disrespectful to say Kobe's better than Jordan. So, all right, you want to leave that shit? You want to say that shit? Whatever. But the fact that disrespect on Kobe is about to stop. That shit is done. Get the fuck out of here, Tracy bitch ass McGrady. Lost his goddamn mind. you was on this. If you don't put me with Shaq, I don't win a championship. You may win one championship, but probably not because you never even got out of the first round of the playoffs. If you put Kobe on your team with the players you had, he wins a championship with those cats. If you put your ass on Kobe's team that he won a championship with, you don't win no championship with Pau Gasol and them. So the disrespect is full of shit. It's getting out of control, and I'm through with that shit. I will smash on you niggas every day. I watched Lakers game at least 3 times, every single time they played. So I probably know more about the Lakers in Kobe's game than anybody. Oh, Lawrence Lee, appreciate you. He said for the shawarma. Appreciate you. I'm gonna show think about you. Thank everybody hitting me up for the shawarma. Appreciate y'all, boy. Got 2 more days on this cleanse. So, yeah, that was pissing me off. They was seriously trying to disrespect and demean Kobe. And Nick can only say this because Kobe's dead. If Kobe was alive, they wouldn't even fix their mouth to say some shit like this because they know Kobe would smash on them. So you lost your crack ass mind. None of you have ever outscored a team by yourself. Kobe did that. He had 62 points at the end of the third quarter, while the other team had 61. He outscored a whole team by his fucking self. The only player in the history to ever do that. And then a month later, scored 81 points while sitting out almost 7 minutes of that game. He didn't even play the whole fucking game and scored 81 points. And you think you on that nigga level? Get the fuck out of here. So that's absolute bullshit. We call him bullshit on Tracy McGrady. You full of shit, Tracy, bitch ass McGrady. And we gonna call it out every time we see it, bitch. Kobe was godder than all of y'all. Straight up. Godder than all of y'all. Even Jordan. And Jordan had to say that shit. Jordan even said it. Jordan said, the only person who would beat me is Kobe. That's it. LeBron, nope. All the rest of these bits, nope. Only person who would beat me is Kobe. So we're going to go with that. So fuck you, Tracy McGrady. Moving along. Looks like your boy Diddy is about to get out of jail. He about to get off. Oh, no. He about to get off. No Diddy. But damn. I said this a while ago that he's probably going to get off because they were trying to prove RICO. They were trying to prove a RICO case, and they can't prove RICO. Racketeering. They can't prove that this nigga's exploits had anything to do with business, that he was paying people to do this shit, and he had a business doing this. He was paying people to do other people and all the rest of that shit. So the prosecution just came out and dropped a whole bunch of charges this week. What? They dropped all the except 3. There's only 3 charges left on his ass now. What? What in the entire hell? So he about to get off. This evil nigga is about to get off because he got the same goddamn party list as Epstein. His list and the Epstein list is probably like 87% the same. So he's like, nigga, y'all better get me the fuck up out of here. I know that shit. And they like, sure. Yeah, right away. They dropped most of the charges against this nigga. Crazy. Says, you got to stop with this Kobe. What? He was never even close. You lost your damn mind, Greg Richardson. Kobe has beaten more 50 win teams in the history of the NBA than anybody. Jordan only beat 20 50 win teams. Kobe beat 26. 50 win teams. There's only been one team to face 4 50 win teams in the championship ever in history. One team to face a 50 win team 4 times in the history of the NBA. Kobe was on 3 of those teams. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no stats. As far as the Shaq bullshit, Kobe was responsible for 34% of the offense when they won those 3 championships. Shaq was only responsible for 32% of the offense when they won the championships. And Kobe was all defensive. So who was the leader of that team? Yeah, get real, bro. You don't really want to fuck with me on this. I got way too much knowledge on this shit. Way too much information, bro. Jordan played in the expansion era. Let's get that shit going. So 6 teams were added to the NBA in the expansion era. 5 of them were in the East, where they had to pull from other teams to put on these expansion teams, which watered down the actual teams that Jordan had to play against in the East. When he won those goddamn 6 championships, it was the expansion era. He was playing against a bunch of bitch ass teams. Now, this ain't even me saying this. This is 4 different NBA players who said this in a documentary. You don't really want to start pulling Jordan's card, bruh. Jordan also played in an era where the league was 50-something% Caucasian. 51% Caucasian, or at least 49 or 50% Caucasian. Whereas the league now is 80% melanated. He didn't play against players like Kobe was playing against. So stop it with the bullshit. Full of shit up in here, boy. Like I said, moving along, Diddy. God damn it. Your boy D, you better shut up before I sick Diddy on you, boy. Diddy about to get out of jail. He coming for your ass. Literally. But he about to get out of jail because they can't find nothing on his ass. He probably threatened everybody behind the scenes. And he coming for I guess a lot of people left the country when they found out that he was probably about to get out of jail. A lot of people, like his bodyguard, this bodyguard was on Piers Morgan yesterday, his ex-bodyguard. That nigga said, I left the country and I ain't coming back. I guess Puffy got a kill list. Puffy about to smash on a bunch of niggas. So who the fuck is this in here spamming my shit? Yo. He says broke his ankles. Oh, you ain't spamming. I thought you was spamming. My bad. I just see a bunch of comments from you, but you're not spamming. You talking about T-Mac and Kobe. All right. It's all good. As long as you ain't disrespectful, we good. So yeah, man. They say he's a degenerate fuck, but he's not a trafficker. Which is, I don't know why they went after that. They went after that because they couldn't get him for anything else. They couldn't get him for the Cassie assault because it was past the statute of limitations. So this is how that actually happened. They rolled back the statute of limitations for sexual assaults for assaults in New York, and they did it for Trump. They did it so that lady, Jean Carroll, I think, could sue Trump for sexual assault or harassment or whatever. So they rolled it back, but then Puffy got caught up in that law that when they repealed it for a year, so that anything that was past the statute of limitations, we're going to pull the statute of limitations law back for a year so that anybody who was wronged, you can file your case. So again, that was for Trump. They did that for Trump, but Diddy got caught up in that shit. But the very first day, soon as Cassie filed the goddamn lawsuit, he paid her off 20 mil. So that did away with her criminal case. She couldn't file it. She couldn't file any case no more. Because again, the statute of limitations had passed. And then when the law ended, which means the statute of limitation thing went back up. So now she can't come back and sue no more. So they couldn't get him for that. So they can only get him for his sexual exploits, being trafficking, maybe being some type of racketeering, some sex trafficking or some shit like that, drug trafficking, sex trafficking or some shit like that. And they don't have him on none of that. So they had to drop all them damn charges. And this bitch ass nigga about to get out of jail and start hunting motherfuckers down. Goddamn. It's fucked up, man. So, no Diddy. Is it E. Jean Carroll? That's her name? E. Jean Carroll. I think this is it. E. Jean Carroll. Kobe barely what? Nigga, you have lost your crack ass mind. You a person who obviously never watched basketball. Let's put you on blast, Greg Robinson, a person who obviously don't know shit about basketball ever. You don't know a goddamn thing about basketball if you think Kobe is barely top 10. Barely top 10. You barely top 10. And you top 10 in your family? Talking shit about are you even top 10 in your family, nigga? Got a bunch of laugh shit up, nigga. You ain't top 10 in your own damn family talking shit about fucking Kobe, nigga. Get your bitch ass out of here. He ain't top 10. Lost your crack ass mind. So moving along. Last thing I got. I'm just fucking with you. But last thing I got, so real quick, is wait, what'd you say? Oh, you said, what'd you say? Cassie crazy, but damn, she bad. Come on, Roderick. Don't be blinded by the goddamn shit, man. Don't be blinded by it, man. That's how they pull you in. That's how them chicks pull you in with the beauty. Don't be blinded, man. Don't be blinded by the light, brother. But so really moving along real quick. Last thing I want to talk about is mental health. I want to talk about mental health because it's a big problem, especially in the melanated communities. Mental health has been a major problem. And, a lot of people have brought attention to it recently. In the last few years, you got Charlemagne wrote a book about it. Vernon Maxwell, who's the funniest NBA dude ever. If you ever seen Vernon Maxwell in an interview, y'all go watch Vernon Maxwell on Byron Scott's podcast last week. That shit is hilarious, yo. It is funny. So he's talking about mental health and all that. So it's been a big thing in the community, in the melanated community for the past few years. They've been putting a spotlight on it. Again, they got psychiatrists that you can call, BetterHelp and all that shit. And I just really want to say, about mental health in the hood. And I truly mean this. Fuck that bullshit. Fuck that bullshit. Mental health bullshit. That is some absolute bullshit. You're not mentally healthy. You're not mentally. Fuck that shit. Fuck mental health. It's about mental fortitude and mental fitness is what you should be striving for. There's a lot of healthy people in the world, but they ain't strong and they ain't fit. If I ask them to run a goddamn block, they'd fucking fall down in 3 steps, grasping their chest. They healthy though, not in shape, not strong. You need to be mentally strong and mentally fit. Mental health, yeah, that's cool, but that's the low barrel. That's the bottom of the barrel. Mental health is you focusing on you making your life better other than bullshit. Then let's say having sex or video games or shit like that. Or you expressing how you really, mental health is how you felt about something, a problem. Is expressing how you feel about a problem. That's what mental health is. And they say, oh, that's been a problem in the hood before because men couldn't talk about their feelings and they couldn't really express what they felt, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. Fuck that. Yeah, you can speak about it, but mental fortitude, how are you going to deal with it? How are you going to fix the problem? Tell me that. Yeah. You talking about the problem, but mental fortitude is how are you going to handle the problem? How are you going to deal with it so it's never a problem ever again? Mental health will tell you, oh, every time that you feel bad about something, you should just talk about it. Well, mental health and mental fitness says, don't let it ever be a problem again. Overcome that shit. Do some mental push-ups, some mental sit-ups, some mental squats. Run your mental ass around the block. Do some mental pull-ups. Get fit, because men especially, you need to be strong. Emotionally in this world, it's not made for men to be emotional, because you will get eaten alive by other men who are not emotional, who ain't on that bullshit, who are straight killers. You will get your ass eaten alive. That's what stoicism was about. Go look up stoicism. It's about being able to have poise in the face of bullshit, being a stoic, being internal, having internal fortitude, being able to go inside and figure that shit out. Instead of being, you fuck you, and you did this, and blah, 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 you fuck you, and y'all did this shit to me, and blah, blah, and these motherfuckers always fucking with me, and goddamn, all these motherfuckers always been goddamn, oh shit, this motherfucker did, oh shit, 5 years ago, goddamn, 10 years ago, that shit happened to me. I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up. God damn. With that bullshit. Get over the shit. There's so much other shit for you to be doing out here in the world than worrying about the other bullshit that happened. Yeah, talk about it, but get over the shit. Do some mental goddamn fucking do a mental what is that CrossFit. You need mental CrossFit. And I'm speaking to all you soy infused niggas who always crying all the goddamn time. Yeah, it's cool if you have a problem to talk to somebody about it. Absolutely, you should do that. Especially if it's bugging the shit out of you, you should get it out. But after you talked about it, Don't talk about the shit no more. Do something about it. Otherwise, if you ain't gonna do shit about it, shut the fuck up. Because nobody else want to hear that shit. Everybody got their own shit. So that to me was happening. That came across me this week. They was having this damn debate over mental health. And you need mental health and mental health and mental health and mental health. Nobody's talking about mental fortitude or mental fitness. Well, let me be the one to introduce that shit. Fuck mental health. Mental fortitude and mental fitness is where we should be. And you damn sure need that in this damn society. Because they will tear you down mentally. And if you don't have any type of mental fortitude, you will be lost. Period. And you can't do that. Your community can't afford to have you do that. Your family can't afford to have you do that. You can't afford to have yourself do that. So mental fitness and mental fortitude, people, strive for that. That's all I got. I'm about to get out of here. Give me some food. I'm hungry as hell, and it's hot as hell in here. So no police stop law messages today, but you know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Please make sure you get out there and get the great book of Melanin research so that you can get your police stop law package. Excuse me. You can get your police stop law package.
What if the real superpower was already inside you? The Great Book of Melanin Research reveals 130 years of scientific studies conducted by governments around the world on you. This isn't fiction. It's real research on melanin uncovering its superconductive, photoconductive, cell-protective, and DNA shielding abilities. Yeah, they've known for over a century. Why don't you? Order now and get the exclusive Police Stop Law Package free. That's the Know Your Rights Manual, Constitutional Rights Card, Qualified Immunity Notice and Card, Police Stop Flashcards Volume 1 and 2, the Public Official Bonds Book. Learn how to hold them personally accountable. This is power in your hands, biological and legal. They studied you. Now you study them. Click the link. Get the truth. Get protected. The Great Book of Melanin Research. It's time you knew what they know.
Y'all see that right there? God damn it. Really quick. I wanted to show you guys this if it's still in here. Damn it. Where did it go? So this is the text. I showed this last week. But this is the text that's on, that's on the constitutional rights card. And this is what police officers are fearing when they see this. Again, this is just the front. I want to show you. I'm not going to show you the back where all the good stuff is, but this is also the good stuff. The bearer of this card expressly reserves all U.S. constitutional rights and chooses to exercise the 4th, 5th, and 6th Amendments thereof in the presence of or detainment and arrest by any police officers or public officials. These rights include, but are not limited to, the right to remain silent, the right against unreasonable searches and seizures without a warrant. The bearer of this card does not consent to searches, the right to lawfully record police officers in public, the right not to be unlawfully harassed or profiled by police officers due to my race, religion, or creed, and the right to legal representation. This is what police officers see when you get in there and you hand them this. This is what they don't want to see. So again, you get all of that when you order the Great Book of Melanin Research. And like I said, because I won't be here next Saturday. I may do one Monday, but we'll see. But so for this week, the rest of the week, you get all 5 decks of flashcards. All right, all 5 decks of flashcards if you order the Great Book of Melanin Research, the hard copy today. You know how I do. You know how I'd go. Oops. So again, just make sure you go here, realnagas.com. And or where shoot, oops, where it go? There it is. realnagas.com, order the book, and I will send you the whole package for free. But also make sure you get over to the Know Your Rights Foundation. Getting over there. Also, this is where we have the package for you guys. We have packages over there. We can buy all this stuff individually over there if you want, but also just to be a part of the Know Your Rights Foundation as volunteers. So we will teach you for free. We will teach you the law for free, but you have to commit to getting back out there to the community, teaching it to your family and friends. So that's the deal. It shouldn't be, that to me is not much of a deal. somebody teaching you how to save your family's life, and all you have to do is go teach somebody else how to save their life, I think that's a good deal. But if you don't, then hey, you don't. But we think it's a great deal. And if you do too, get over there and hit us up, KYRF.org. Sign up today. All right. So again, that's it for me. I'm out of here. I'm hungry as hell. Thank everybody. Thank all my mods. Thank all you crazy people in the goddamn in the chat talking crazy. I don't even you damn near Kobe haters up in here. Y'all done lost y'all damn mind. Y'all don't know shit about basketball, but that's cool. There's a lot of people don't know shit about anything. So y'all just fall in with them. And y'all just be like that. But for everybody else, appreciate y'all. And I appreciate y'all too. The Kobe haters, I appreciate y'all too. Y'all just don't know shit. But for everybody else, appreciate y'all. I'm out of here. Have a great one. Deuces. Thank all my mods. Thank all the super chat people. I'll let you later. Peace.